Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast with me, Johnny Deadly, and all of the rest of the horror movie Masters of Horror instead of horror movie miscreants. Yep.
Ooh, that's us.
Yes.
That's me.
Because occasionally I'll grab horror, shove it on a wall, handcuff it to that wall, and make it tell me who's its daddy. So.
Which one of us is supposed to be messed up in the head again?
Oh no, we're all messed up in the head. It's just you tend to be the more perverted one. But I just felt, seeing as we're the Masters of Horror, it was the most visually descriptive way I could get it across without actually shooting a horror movie.
See.
Are you slightly disappointed that there was such an eloquent and well-worded answer to that?
No, I'm lost in
You
thoughts.
look
Whips,
upset that I
chains,
literally had everything already planned out. It was like I knew you were going to pull me on it.
No. No, my mind just took a little wander down S&M way.
Awesome. Anyway, Al, Bill, Joseph,
Hello.
welcome all to the
Hello.
chat. How's everyone getting on this fine Thursday afternoon? We are diving into part 2 this week, it's still season 1, but part 2 for us of Masters of Horror season 1, where we have Jennifer, which that's a crazy movie coming up. We have Chocolate, which that's also a crazy movie coming up. And the whole premise is fucking crazy. And we have Homecoming, which
it's a very poignant movie,
and also
one that I feel should get
based on reality than people would recollect as well, because I'm pretty sure that's not the first time a load of dead people voted in a presidential election in America.
I'm pretty sure they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone else going to say anything? I was lighting my smoke and I was like, this is an awkward silence that no one decided to fill. I'm trying to think, should we get the trailers? I still have the dancing anime girls, so.
Oh, goody.
And their one male friend.
I just thought that was a short-haired chick. Ah, well.
It's anime, so I'm not going to say which or whether.
Right. They're all equal. See.
I'm watching Death Note again.
This isn't helping. Things aren't helping.
Why?
Well, what things are not helping, and what is it that you're trying to do?
I'm trying to find funny stuff, and things I'm going to aren't helping.
Damn you, Internet! Why aren't you funny?
Yeah, be more funny, Internet.
Grab it by the throat and strangle it until it's funnier.
Oh, that's assault.
can't assault the internet. The internet assaults you.
How's everyone's week been going? Or how was your Wednesdays? I was frolicking with Rochi last night looking for zombies. Sorry,
Watched
looking for
A-Dub.
zombies is an understatement. We found zombies very easily, actually. Cause...
Oh, hello there, buddy.
Mine was boring. Got snow. Still getting snow. Now there's more snow.
Sounds riveting.
Oh, yeah. Everything a guy in a wheelchair wants. A shit ton of snow.
Stupid phone.
We might get snow tonight, but it might be just like a little dusting.
For the love of God,
We-
guys, please fill in the gaps with something better than the fucking weather.
Well, that cuts short what I was about to say.
I need to sort trailers. So I'm going to dutifully give you guys a task for the 180 seconds it's going to take me to sort the trailer, which is talk.
That sucks
Oh,
that
yeah.
Tristan's not in the chat. I was going to tell her I caught the movie she was talking about. Sebastian Band's got a new one. Sebastian Stan. Stan has a new one called Fresh Out. That was a pretty fucking good movie.
I heard things.
It
Are
should
they
be
good
good things, is
things?
what you heard.
I heard good things.
Okay, then those people were right because it had a lot of good
Somebody,
things.
remember Simply Twisted that used to be show up every once in a while?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She did a review on it over on Horror Amino.
Oh okay.
And that's where I first heard things.
Yeah, me and Tristan were talking about it in one of the chats.
What was her opinion
I guess
on
she's-
things?
She liked it.
Oh, very good.
She said it's not everybody's cup of tea, but
I can
It's
definitely see
definitely-
it's not. Yeah, I can definitely see it's not everybody's cup of tea, but like for the most part, is just the overall.
Bunny, what's
I
going
dug
on,
it.
bud? Welcome to the chat. How are you? All at the same time.
Hi.
Several different directions of question marks.
Joseph wants to know when AEW will stop signing former WWE guys.
Never.
never.
Well,
The better part is, when is WWE going to stop releasing guys?
Yeah, stop
That's
firing.
never.
Right. Answer to both. Never.
It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. What
But
comes
don't forget, I
first?
mean, you see,
Actually, no, not really.
it's an interesting story because, I mean, right now, the thing is, WWE, as far as I can see, for the next decade or so, aren't ever going to be hiring wrestlers ever again.
No.
So all the wrestlers are going to be going elsewhere. WWE is interested in people that aren't wrestlers so that they can trot them out and continue to not be wrestlers because they're sports entertainers.
The most important thing in relation to this topic is we got the amazing and fantastic delight last night that was Jeff Hardy not knowing if he needed to run in and punch someone or just dance his ass off on the way down to the ring. And
Right.
that, sir, brought a little shine to my step for the rest of the day.
And I will admit,
Oh,
they
so-
both looked genuinely happy to be in the ring together again.
I also
You know,
love how he showed up and all of a sudden Matt Hardy's like, "Fuck you, Hardy office, I'm fucking out of here." But we kicked you out. Sure.
I wonder if Jeff should perhaps see a film called Raging Phoenix. It's all about people who break dance and kick you in the face at the
I
same
think
time.
what Jeff actually needs to see, which would be much more beneficial to his wrestling game and just general presentation, is Rise of the Phoenix by Tenacious D.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
Giz, did you say
Does that
people
have breakdancing
break
martial artists in it?
It's got
you.
everything in it.
I'll say because I feel like we need to get back to what's more important here: breakdancing, ass kicking. What was the name
Well-
of that movie?
Raging Phoenix. It's got Zha Zha Yin in it, which is how I found it because numb.
Oh.
What? She's tiny and fierce.
Those are two things.
They're definitely two adjectives. Yep.
Breakdancing, ass kicking. I like that.
Numb. How did we do filling that 180 seconds?
Yeah. It definitely got filled anyway, guys. So I feel I can't really give out.
Words were said. Words were said.
They weren't
I
all
hope
words
to
you wanted
God
to
it's
hear.
broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. Sure, he was deleted. Can I also say another thing that delighted me from AEW this week, just before we move on, was Matt Hardy trying to delete fucking what's Cody's manager's? His name's
Brandy?
gonna, huh? No,
Not the wife, the manager of the
Aaron
stable.
Anderson?
Aaron Anderson, yeah. Dude, Matt Hardy's there trying to do the delete Aaron Anderson, and Aaron Anderson just pulls the Glock on him. Like, Hardy's literally like, delete, and then Aaron Anderson's like, and the whole crowd are like, oh, and he goes into his jacket and he pulls out the fucking Glock like that, and then Hardy literally grabs his hand and tries to divert the bullet like it's a real fucking handgun. It was, God, I love wrestling so much. Because if I don't say that, he'll
How
splatter
did I
my
miss
brains
that?
on the pavement.
I don't remember it.
At what point did fucking Matt Hardy and fucking Aaron Anderson have a confrontation?
I think it was Wednesday, wasn't it?
I don't remember seeing it.
Well,
Thank you, Buzz.
I 100% watched a clip with Aaron Anderson.
I mean, it may have happened. That part I'm not arguing, but I don't remember from Wednesday.
I'll find it.
Anderson
I'll find
hasn't
it for
been
the end
there
of the show.
since-
I'll find it before the end of the
Since
Anderson hasn't
Cody
been
fucked
around
off.
since Cody's been doing whatever.
Yeah. I feel
And the
like
revival fired Tully Blanchard.
What the
That's
shit?
sad.
They're getting rid of all the old fellas.
Yeah.
They want Bret Hart. They're like very promoting, like going after Bret Hart now.
Really?
FTR, yeah, FTR wants them. him to manage them.
What?
But they're
Wow.
going to
He's
get
gone.
confused when Sting tries to do his finisher. What do we call it now?
One of the,
He's
one
got
of the FTR guys absolutely murdered that guy at the Hall of Fame speech when he attacked Bret Hart.
That was
from
the
the crowd.
best sneaky punch ever. It
So good.
was great.
The best thing about that punch is the smile on his face afterwards, because it's just like,
Yeah.
bang! That man's unconscious.
Get it.
Glad you got that camera
Get away
for.
with it.
Let's get him
Still
out of
one
here.
of the most surreal things I ever saw on TV where I'm like, Bret Hart was just attacked by a fan. Like, what the hell's going
Bret
on?
Hart was just attacked by a fan, and I watched two guys who have gone out for the last several years to proclaim that they are two of the toughest motherfuckers in wrestling drop a dude in one slap. Just boom. You were getting dragged out of the ring, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
You see, I bet they wish they were in the days where real men had to have
Like,
knives and
Carter,
stuff like
I
that.
don't know
because
if you
they're
saw that
protecting the
happen.
business.
I don't know if you saw that happen. The scary thing about that was that wasn't even a full force punch he threw him. It was just a little over the shoulder bop. And your man was just like, ugh.
He tried to hide it, like just
Yeah,
I
it was
heard
just like,
about
okay,
it,
we
so
need to
I
move
had
you
to,
over
like-
here. Boink.
Well, I heard about it and I couldn't figure out what everybody was talking about, so I had to like Google that shit like a few days after or something. I was like, oh,
punch you.
Dax
that was
Harwood, man.
awesome.
God bless that man's cotton socks. Or Dash Harwood.
Yeah, I
sorry.
just really wish they weren't trying to bring back Bret Hart. It's just like, no.
I'm okay with
we
Bret
got
Hart
rid of
coming
him.
back.
I don't
man.
know if it's actually going to happen, but they're like
Well,
FTR
Hey, mate,
is putting it out
if you
there.
told
I mean,
me
if he's a manager, sure, dude.
If you told me 2.5 years ago, or a year and a half ago, technically, when Sting joined AEW, that I was going to see him diving off of a fucking audience rampway,
Man
fucking
in
15
his
feet
60s.
down to a table,
Right.
I would have been like, nah, that's not going to happen. But for all I know, Bret Hart could be pulling cartwheels by next fucking Wednesday. I don't have a clue.
Probably.
I really hope he doesn't. The last thing I want to see is Bret Hart in the ring. Bad
He
enough to
also
have
Sting also didn't get super kicked in the head by Goldberg and almost ruined his life.
Yeah, it did ruin his life,
So-
let's be fair.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, Joseph says that Sid Vicious might be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is the next name that has been rumored, as well as the Steiner brothers are the other two names.
How many do they usually pull for at a time?
It can depend.
Varies
Oh, okay.
depending on, because right now they only have two official for
That was-
Vader and Taker.
Right, because I just saw the Vader promo or the article.
And Sid and the Steiner brothers are the other two that have been rumored. They might have maybe another one or two. So
If they're
I don't think
putting
they have a specific amount. It's just depending on who they can get, kind of.
If they're putting in Vader and Taker together, it would make sense to put in Sid and a couple other monsters.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm kinda
Steiners
with-
can fit in the monster, not really monsters, but they're scary.
Huh, yes. Yes, they are.
Oh, maybe Scott Steiner do some Steiner math
Oh,
during
God. that'd be
the ceremony.
That
There's
would be
a
scary.
23.5% chance that
I'm going to talk some bullshit and you're all going to clap by the time I'm finished.
Yeah, and like Bill said, Bret Hart's like body wise, he's pretty fucked up. So like, I don't actually see him getting in the ring, but I see him like walking his crew down.
Because the last time it happened, it was at WrestleMania 26 when Vince McMahon and Bret Hart had a match, and it was the worst 20 minutes of my life.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because Bret Hart really didn't do anything because he couldn't do anything. So they had the whole entire Hart family try to overbook themselves into this match and beat shit out of
I don't think it's overbooked when it's a necessity.
It was the most uncomfortable. Vince had zero. Like, he didn't just like get a little shot at it, Brett. There was 0% offense from Vince McMahon. It was the most uncomfortable 15, 20 minutes of my life because it was just a mass execution of Vince McMahon short of him dying on screen.
It's a goddamn anime dance party, kids. There we go. Right. We're ready. So, yeah, first movie up from Dario Argento. I just figured I might as well just...
drop in, folks.
Yeah, so, yeah, you heard it right, because it's from Dario Argento, which means one of two things.
Boobs.
Or, sorry, not one of two things. It means all of several things because it's a Dario Argento movie. The only thing that was missing from this that is customarily in a Dario Argento movie was a load of neon lighting.
Yeah.
I'm wrong? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
No,
it had everything else, though.
Yeah, it had everything else.
Boobage.
Whole lot of boobage. There's a whole lot of bloodage. There's a whole lot of craziness. And there's a whole lot of schmexy times. Because we're talking about the one and only Jennifer, which is about... a police detective who is out having a smoke with his other friend who's also a police detective.
I think we're on lunch or something.
Yeah, they're taking a break.
Probably
they're having
partners.
a chill. They're having a smoke. They're just taking in the sights. One of my favorite things to do as a detective is stand pensively and thoughtfully near a lake just at the right hour to shoot things because everything looks better while my friend listens to obnoxious amounts of loud music in the car. Anyway, needless to say, they see a crazy guy, and he's got what can only be described as a really hot blonde lady with him getting dragged through the woods/marsh. He gets this lady down to the docks. Detective guy's kind of like, this doesn't look like it's remotely legal. Tries calling to his friend several times, but his friend is too busy fucking getting it on in the fucking car and having a fucking hoagie. So, detective dude, whose name I can't remember right now, he goes chasing that lady down. At which point, the hobo/crazy man/guy who's got the blonde girl all tied up is like, and should be kind of taken to notice, I think. Like, as a cop whose job is accumulating evidence, a large piece of evidence was given away pretty much at the start of the story that he blatantly ignored, which was a man screaming, "You don't know what she is!"
Right.
He's also waving around a cleaver at that stage, though.
He was also waving around a cleaver at that
be-
stage. But call me a
crazy
weird
talk.
detective if the crazy guy whose objective is to chop up the blonde lady suddenly stops to chop up the blonde lady to politely explain to me, "Don't fucking shoot me until I cut this bitch up because you don't know what she is."
And I'm
I'd be like,
thinking
"What
she's
is
on
she-
crystal meth and I'm shooting him.
Just before, because just don't get it wrong, I am an American police officer and I am going to shoot you. But just to clarify, just before we go, what is it that you're saying? What am I looking at here? What is it that I don't know what she is? If you could just, before I perforate you several times in the general center of mass region.
Hey, well, as his captain said, if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a fucking psychotic duck.
The porn bots are strong today.
Yeah,
Because we're reviewing Jennifer.
the porn bot is strong with this
The
one.
porn bot is strong.
And I'm
Everybody
just saying,
say,
like,
hey, Tristan's in the chat. Everybody say hello and also say goodbye to the porn bot.
Hi, porn bot.
Well,
Bye, porn
The
bot.
porn bot is waiting for us to start at 18 plus stream. So I think
See you later, porn bot.
Joke's on you, porn bot. We're always an 18 plus stream. Click.
Oh, yeah.
Click.
Bye, porn bot. Oh man, we were gonna have some sexy times.
Funny
We are.
story, you probably weren't.
Oh, god damn it! What's the theme of all the episodes?
You're either
this week? There's a lot of sexy
talking
times
to
going on.
a very old man with a feminine voice or a very old woman with a feminine voice that's going to try and make you do things to yourself, or you're going to end up getting a video stream of some woman on a 60-second loop looking sexy at a camera
That or
while
gonna
they
be Jennifer.
bleed your bank account dry in the background. So
Where is my money going away?
But I haven't even seen any boobies. Jennifer's been giving me
Yeah.
boobies since the start of the goddamn movie. I haven't even paid it money. Yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, so yes, he shoots the assailant. He saves Jennifer, who is horribly disfigured. In what some would say
From the neck.
yeah, horribly disfigured from the neck up, hot as fuck from the neck down. And that don't if you are unsure of how you should feel about this lady, don't worry. You're going to be made feel okay about it by the end of the movie, because pretty much everybody
Everybody in the
somehow
episode
manages to
is.
ignore the fact that she's some sort of demonic Catwoman thing. And it's just like those. You got? Has anyone ever told you that you've got a banging rack? Because you have a banging rack. Is pretty much the movie.
But then those fingernails.
Unfortunately, it turns out that those deformed things on her face aren't just some sort of an unfortunate genetic birth defect, or the guy was torturing her and left her looking like this. No. She's a straight up murderous Catwoman. Are we saying Catwoman?
I
still
feel
don't
very
see the Catwoman.
You
I
don't
see
see the
Cat.
Catwoman.
the
No.
mannerisms, the way she plays with her food,
Do you
some of the
remember?
sound she
Okay,
makes, very feeling.
I will give you one scene that exemplifies her as Catwoman.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember the actual cat that was in the house? God rest his soul.
Yes.
Do
Poor.
you remember the first
Fluffy
time
ball,
she
whatever
meets
his
the
name
cat
was.
in the hallway and the cat hisses at her?
And
And
right,
then
the
she
cat
hisses back at the
completely
cat
lost
and
its
drops
shit.
down all fours and gets ready to fuck it up, except I think someone came in the hallway.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, I'll go
It
with it.
really
I'll sign
seemed
off
like
on
she
it.
was going to be
I
like,
just
oh, you want to
wasn't
show me
sure.
how to cat? I'll show you how to fucking cat, you motherfucker. Meow.
They're having a cat off.
Anyway, detective, you know what? I'm probably just going to pull up the IMDb page for this just to be safe.
Frank Spivey.
Thank you. That's it. Detective Frank Spivey has taken a shine to Jennifer because he's at this current point in time is because he feels bad and he's the hero who has to try and see the job through. So
And he's like the only guy that's not made fun or disgusted by her upon like visual contact. Everybody else is
He's-
like repulsed or
Yeah,
God.
I'm
are they?
somewhat fascinated by her.
Are they?
dude, no, the number of people's like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with her? Like, that's why he didn't want to leave her there because they were all talking shit about her.
Yeah, but here's what I mean. Loads of people say stuff like that, but then also kind of like, she's got a banging rack, and I can't seem to get over
Every
this.
No,
comment
like, they
followed
all-
up by that. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's not
Right,
literally
but I'm
with
just
the
saying.
exact words, she's got a banging rack, but like pretty much everything comes back to the fact that it's like, hey,
The dude
you
at
know,
the
if you,
loony bin is like,
you know, if we
how
just
does
flip
someone
her
with that
around.
face have that kind of body?
Right.
Yeah.
But I just mean like everybody is put off or kind of like not as welcoming as he is to her.
No, he automatically has this weird fascination / attraction to her.
Slash
Virtually from the
protector.
offset, like pretty much at the docks, he's kind of like, yeah. So Frank, played by Stephen Weber, by the way. Everybody, you know Stephen Weber. He's in loads of stuff.
Fuck yeah.
But
Wings.
yes, he is. That was a good show. Uh,
Anti-zombie.
Yeah, so young, no, not Stephen. Young detective
Spivey.
Spivey.
Yeah.
Spivey.
Frank.
Young detective Spivey decides to bring Jennifer back to his house. At which point, his wife, who has no tact, by the way, whatsoever, I've just got to point out, like
He was very unlikable.
a very unlikable woman. Like the guy comes home pretty traumatized because A, he's after finding this weird mutant girl who's all fucked up and stuff, and B, and possibly the more important part, B, is he's after shooting a guy, and he comes home and you can tell
or
he's
killed the guy.
you can tell he's visibly upset, and then the wife is pretty much like, "What's wrong with you?" And then he's like, "I had to kill a guy today." And it's like, "Well, he probably deserved it. Why are you drinking?"
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. And it's just kind of like, lady. And then she's like, basically tries to like fuck him in the bed when it's just like, like normally I'd be like, well done you, but like, can you not tell that this man is emotionally fucked up
Right.
at the moment, and you
Right.
just try to mount him?
As a result, when he decides to vent some of that frustration by getting rough, she understandably goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" At which point he's like, "Okay, this was a mistake."
This was a mistake, mostly because I was thinking of Jennifer bent over that barrel instead.
Yeah.
So he thinks the best way to
Tenaciously
resolve
so
this fascination is let's bring the
Also-
crazy girl home. We'll give her a house.
Also, hi Brie, welcome back.
welcome to the chat spree. How are you? He's like, let's bring this crazy girl home. We'll, I'm sure we'll be able to keep her safe or whatever. And that's when it goes Dario Argento.
Yeah.
You see,
they're barely in the house 46
bit.
seconds.
It's the total hero complex bit where it's kind of like at first kind of like, okay, she needs to be protected. I need to look after her. She's so sweet. She's so vulnerable. Oh my God, she's jumping on my cock. What the hell did this happen?
Yeah. With the mouth of death, by the way. Jumping on my cock, face first, with the mouth of death. I
trust exercise.
Oh well, fucking A, bro. I agree with you there.
I just feel like I would have failed that trust exercise, dude. Here,
like, don't get me wrong.
No,
every blowjob technically is a trust exercise because anybody that's got you taking their mouth has got you in a very, very, very vulnerable
precarious position.
I'm
never
aware
had
of that.
Chainsaw go,
if she
beer,
jerked to the left too much, your dick's gone with Jennifer. That's what I'm trying to say. If you ever saw that Fluke Worm episode from X-Files, where the guy was like a half man, half Fluke Worm. Yeah. If you ever saw that, it's a very similar mouth vibe to that, except it's not as circular, but it's a whole bunch of sharp fucking teeth.
Right.
For some reason, he brings the naked, strangely deformed lady back to the house and doesn't get her on naked. He just leaves her naked, puts a blanket on her, neglects to mention to the wife that, hey, we got a house guest. So needless to say, when the wife wakes up in the morning and goes to do her pees and her poops in the morning and gets out of the bathroom to find a half-naked Jennifer standing in the bedroom with her son, who's just back to my, I don't know if she's got some weird pheromones or something, but her son managed to just not even notice the fact that she was a Catwoman. He just went in and was like, titties!
Okay.
She's
Today. That was also
He's
like
a big dirty
bracket.
goth, so he loved
like,
it. He was like, she's obviously some sort of fucking demon thing, but she's got a bag and rack. It'll be all good. Keep her in the house, Pops. I'm loving it. It's all good. So, yeah, Jennifer proceeds to keep boning young Spivvy. And suddenly we realize that, as I pointed out to my mum, also, by the way, if you are going to watch this, probably don't have your mum with you. I forgot how much sex were in fucking episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Dude, when you said
my
that,
mom was very religious.
I was like, yeah, that's not the episode I would have watched with my mom.
That's how I spent my morning, was eating a breakfast roll while watching Jennifer with my mom, very awkwardly. But I will say, in credit to Dario Argento's always impeccable storytelling, my mom got right into the fucking story. Like, even my mom was like, why would you even let her put your fucking... I was like, I don't even know. I'll tell you, my dick wouldn't be in her mouth. I'll tell you that for a fucking fact. I don't even know, Mom. I don't even know.
It is kind of important to point out, though, like, as his interactions with her went on, he started looking more and more like shit.
That's mostly because he was watching her murder people left, right, and center.
Yeah, his problem was the fact that he had a conscience. I mean, as long as he was willing to accept the fact that she needs to eat people every now and then, he would have been good.
Right. Had she just needed like a fucking Twinkie, he would have been okay. But it was like, oh man, my wife had that cat before we got together, and you just ate it. Cool.
Took the little neighbor girl and just ate her.
Yeah, he ate her.
Yeah.
She ate the nice shop ladies. She ate the nice shop lady's son too.
The cat was one straw, but then it was like the neighbor girl's God's like, okay, we might have.
She fucked
like,
can I say, by the way, she fucks that cat up.
Oh,
like, I've seen a lot of cats, but it's like she played with that cat the way my dog plays with his little fluffy toy. The only thing she didn't do was fuck it when she was finished.
This is why I'm so inclined to
still going.
This is why I'm so inclined to go with the whole, Catwoman feline vibe.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
No, like I said, I just never knew.
I'll tell you something. Anything whose eyes are naturally that big and black is a bona fide predator.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's like if that guy had just watched one or two more fucking Discovery documentaries, he might have been able to save some lives. He would have been like, oh, that's a human fucking murder machine, is what that fucking is. Do you know what those big black eyes are for? Seeing you way better in the nighttime when she chases you down at high speed.
Or when she's trying to fuck you.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I know she's not as cool as a liger or anything like that, but I mean, goddamn, it's a lion and a tiger. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
The only way that gets better is if you stick some fucking wings on it.
I know, cat girl.
I just keep thinking the cats dancing around and that weird deformed cat head person.
Yeah,
That
it's
is not
literally
how you're
weird deformed
supposed to-
cat head person.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's no, it's not right.
Did you have a Giz moment where you were like, I'm about to say
Yeah.
something, and they went, you know what? Probably not the most broadcastable comment that I could do.
You should be proud.
Yeah, I was actually going to go. I was like, I really appreciate the in-house editing there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But now Carter's really curious, so you have to like type that to him later.
No, you dirty, filthy fucks. No.
It's my curiosity. I appreciate his professionalism, but I just
Curiosity definitely
No.
killed the cat here.
Think you find it
Unfortunately,
didn't?
curiosity isn't going to kill the cat in these cases.
No.
The cat's good. It's not going to be killing. Is what's going
Because
to
every
happen.
time Curiosity tries to kill the cat, Curiosity gets killed for
Yeah.
trying to kill the cat.
Yeah. Or in
Or
this
just fuck
particular
by the
cat.
GoreCast
Those two
case, every time
Curiosity.
Curiosity tries to kill anything, it keeps getting fucked.
Yeah, that too. I can't kill the cat. It
Why
keeps
won't you
fucking
let me
me.
go cat lady somewhere? Because I'm getting horny.
Yeah.
Uh,
He just has
As I
his
said,
way with cat lady.
as I
Or
said,
no,
if
cat
you
lady
just-
has his way with
There's
her.
one hot cat lady. It's the chick from Darkstalkers, and that's where it ends.
Alicia?
Felicia. Yeah, that's where it ends.
No. Crap, I
That-
can't remember any of their names.
What I said wasn't an open statement. It was a declarative sentence. That's where it ends.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, professional statement. That's okay, cool. That's where it ends.
I wasn't
Brock
opening it up
Lesnar.
to the class. It was a fucking. It was a declaration. She's the hot
It was
one,
the
and we
tone.
leave it at that. Because that's the one universally. Everyone's like, everyone thinks that little cat lady's hot. Don't they? Please tell me
Yeah.
they do.
I
Huh?
think.
What? Oh, yeah, I've seen stuff.
Yeah.
What? There's loads of people. They
I
they
can
love to
actually
do like.
genuinely watch both your visions dropping as the weeks go
Dude.
by.
Hang on, whoa! I mean stuff like people doing cosplay and comments and all the we love Felicia, she's the best cat lady, things like that. Jesus, you're a pervert.
Let's be honest.
I
The
at
thing
least
is,
didn't
I don't
even
even
have
need to
the-
say what I was going to say after the smile you just did there, but for posterity
even say it
purposes,
with a
for the
straight face.
Spotify listeners on the rewind of this, Giz just gave me the dirtiest look when he said that. That would lead anyone to believe that that's probably not the intended meaning
not the
behind what
entire
Giz said
truth.
initially.
It's not the entire
Sadly, he
truth,
at
but
least
it's
came up with a. At least he came up with a statement. I was just like, sure.
Got a really good move set. You know, everyone liked it. It was all
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, so people start getting murdered. So Detective Spivvy, his wife leaves, understandably so, because he's
Oh, yeah.
just watched his new.
Especially after that little kiss of death she gave her. It was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%.
Strangely enough, that's not when she left.
No, but between that and the cat, she's like, fuck
It was
this, I'm
it was
out.
once the cat was devoured. That's when she was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
I'm
I
out
was just
this
thinking,
bitch.
did anyone else watch Stargate Atlantis?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, only one of you. It's just one. I'm not 100% certain, but I think she might have been in Stargate Atlantis as I'm going to say temporary girlfriend of one of the main
Oh.
characters.
Dude, it's been a long time ago, so I don't remember for sure.
I could be wrong as well. It's just that's why I asked if anyone had seen it, because somebody else's opinion, as we all know, I am not always right about everything.
Right.
That we do know.
Retrospect.
You talking about the wife?
Huh? Yes.
Talking about the wife?
Yeah.
I know she was in dude, what was that with Nathan Fillion?
Firefly.
Nope.
Castle?
Nope. It was a horror film. With
Slither.
God. Slither, thank you. That was it.
That's a great movie.
That's where I recognized her from.
Huh.
I recognized her from Masters of Horror episode 4, Jennifer. That's about it.
I was like, hey, that's the chick that blows up. That's awesome.
She does go boom.
She does.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
So hungry.
Spivvy now has no child nor wife, not due to death, mostly just due to leaving. So he does what the only smart thing to do in this situation is, which is
Go on
turn
the
into an
road.
alcoholic, move off to a
Right.
cabin in the woods. And
Well, you forgot about him hiring a carny to kidnap her. And
that's
that
it.
didn't
I
go
forgot about the carny. He hired a carny to kidnap her and be like, hey, I got a literal cat lady. She'd do well in your carny show. Why don't I give you money and you show up and you take her?
And he was like, I don't hear her. She's not here. Let me get something from the fridge. Oh my God! It's the carny.
Wherever could she be?
Because
Wherever
because
could
she
she
left
be? I'll
an
tell you
epic-
something, viewers. That man
epic
is not
fail.
making it to the sequel.
No.
but it was so
Epic fail.
it was so cute and adorable. She brought him a gift like a cat would. She left him food.
His own legs.
Hmm?
His own legs.
No, as in she left food for Spivvy in the fridge.
There's no way you can justify any of these actions.
She's
I don't know,
just
I
doing
thought
what
that took
nature
some-
made her to do.
I mean, I thought that took some higher IQ. Like, oh, hey, let's keep this fresh and put it in the refrigerator for later. You know,
What's the lady?
Coulda
part
left
coming
it.
through?
could have left it on like the fucking coffee table or some shit at the doorstep.
But she
Well, then
knows
he
food
moved
was
in-
in the fridge.
Then he moved into the Love Shack. The Love Shack is.
Is a
That's
little
because,
old
Akage,
place
we
where-
watch lots of horror movies, and generally, is a fair assumption, lots of people die.
Yep.
That's why we're in it. That's why we're in it. The kid getting it was a big shock to me.
Yeah, and her guts were spilled.
Yeah, my mum's reaction to this,
basement floor.
I actually nearly feel like doing a segment where I just get Mama Baines' reactions to horror movies. But when she went out to play with the kid in the garden, and your one just looked at the kid and she's just like, "Huh." And Mum was like, "Oh
Yeah.
no," and I was like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Know where this is going.
"That kid's not making it to the sequel, Mum. I'll tell you that straight
You
out."
read that right, Mom, right there. You read that right.
Yeah. You picked up on the subtext
And then
very
she
quickly.
was like, "Whoa, nay!"
I don't think she even had a chance to go
All over
whoa
the
nay, to be
floor.
honest.
Oh
Right.
no, it's so
Like,
shocking.
Whoa!
I'll tell you something for nothing, chat. Werther's original as a mouth freshener was a bad idea.
What?
There's a lot of
It's very.
I've spent like 5 minutes with a Werther's original just shoved up into the top pocket of my mouth, essentially, so I could talk. It had to come out.
Those are delicious.
They're
Though.
fucking unreal. I'm waiting for like some kid to walk in and be like, "Grandpa, who are you?"
Actually,
Yeah,
with you, isn't that kind of possible now?
it's old
Yeah.
people. They have all their hard candies.
It's so possible. It could be any one of three of them.
It's when you go to your grandparents' house and they have all the hard candies. You got Werther's Originals and some peppermints. And
Oh, see, I got
Other
shafted then. I never had that. I
contraptions.
just always had a grandma's like a cookie in her pocket. You hungry? Want a cookie? Why did you pull that out of your
Doesn't
Grandma,
sound
I
good,
hope
sing
that
it.
was wrapped before you pulled that out of your pocket.
yeah,
Right.
Grandma's
was.
got hair on it. Eat it anyway.
No, she would always
You
unwrap
eat
a
my
Kleenex.
pocket cookie.
Here you go. Want a cookie? God, no.
Not anymore.
It's wrapped in Kleenex. Yeah. Can you answer this question? Used or unused?
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Well, let's put
It's
it there.
already soggy.
What's that green thing on it? Oh, it's the chocolate.
Or did your dad ever
Green
give you like a
chocolate?
handkerchief to blow your nose and you go to open the handkerchief and all you hear is and you're like, no,
Yep.
no, I will
Yep.
sneeze on the wall. Thank you.
Grandma for the cookies, Grandpa for the hey, here's my snot rag. No, I'm good. That's your snot rag.
I can't
I'll,
wait to have kids
I'll
so I
figure
can
it
do
out.
that to them too, where they go, can I get a bit of tissue, Dad? And be like, oh, it's already wet. I know. Welcome to
See,
Soggyville,
like-
population.
I was like my father before me and his father before him.
Nope, I had to break that cycle. I just couldn't do it.
Anyway, Spivvy's out in the woods and he gets a job in a shop because he needs something to do in between being shit-faced and sleeping.
With
Yeah.
her.
With her, yeah.
In the Love
It
Shack.
gets to a stage where I don't think he's even sleeping with her anymore. It's practically like
Right.
just a voluntary raping. Do you know what I mean? It gets. I think it's literally in his head. It's just got to a stage where he's just like, "There's a good chance if I just don't go with this, she's gonna maul my fucking face off." So I'm just gonna.
Yeah. It's like
he meets a really nice lady in the shop. She's got a really nice son. He's not making it to the sequel.
Right. He got his.
if you're nice, you're not. Well,
before
actually, nobody makes it.
Nobody makes it to the sequel. Because
Nice, not nice.
in a mirror
not
image of what happened to the crazy hobo / actual rich guy that was trying to kill Jennifer at the start of the movie, Spivvy goes to murder Jennifer, and unfortunately, it's hunting season, and Spivvy gets taken out. At which point, instantaneously, another man is like, "Don't worry, kid, it's all right. I'll mind you." No, dude, you are a hunter. Can you not tell with the fucking eyes that that's a murder machine? That's what they're there for.
And as a hunter, maybe she's finally someone that will be comfortable with her eating habits.
That is the stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard in my life.
What?
No,
He will be
I'm sorry.
Mate,
I gotta. Yeah, I gotta.
all
side with
fun and
Johnny on
games
this
until
here.
little Nancy
Right.
fucking goes downstairs to get a bowl of cereal and he wakes up and the kids fucking all over the fucking kitchen.
That's
Yeah.
why you just make sure you keep her away from certain food types and, introduce her to
I
certain
feel
people.
like
You
I
are
feel like the
unaware of
hunter-
mate. It's a feral
I
animal
feel like
with
the
tits.
hunter would see that one better. Yeah. Cop,
Well, I've
hey, I
learned
gotta
one.
save
I've learned
somebody.
one thing
Hunter?
about Giz in
Oh, I
relation to
gotta
these
put that
horror
shit
movie
down.
incidences. Here, if the monster's got a banging rack on it, there's a good chance Giz isn't making it to the sequel either.
Or maybe
This
I
is
am.
gonna be Spivvy.
He died happy.
He's either gonna be Spivvy or he's gonna be the carny shoved in the freezer
Yeah.
or the fridge. One of the two.
With just that last question of, have you ever seen anybody smile that big before? Jesus.
We have to work that into a supernatural episode where one of the monsters got a banging rack, and you're like, "No, my one weakness." It is, yeah, Bunny. It is the guy from Wings. Yeah,
Yeah. What a good cast the Wings had. They had Thomas Hayden Church.
Oh,
Yeah, that was his name.
Wings
yeah,
was, in-
yeah.
Sandman.
Wings was
from
one of
the
those.
Batman film.
That went on for a while, didn't it?
Yeah. Like
A little
polio.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of Wings.
I
Because I remember it used to be like Cheers.
don't
used
think you have the same love for Wings that people have for polio. Or
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure his comparison from Wings to polio, and that was kind
Oh.
of random.
Well,
I thought that was you because I was
they
looking
both went on
something up.
for a long time, so
It had 8 seasons.
it's no
Fuck, that's right.
supernatural.
First time I ever saw Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, that's the other guy.
There we go.
From
Monk.
the Monk.
Yeah.
Yes.
First time I ever saw him, he was the taxi driver in Wings.
Yes.
congratulations, Buzz. You've finally seen something that I've never seen.
Then how do you know I was one as long as polio?
Because my
For
fucking
8
mother
years,
watched that
I
pile of
knew at
scrap.
8:30 I needed to change the channel automatically.
Pretty much.
Yes, chicken wings. He's not. Hakagi thinks we're talking.
Oh,
about
you wish.
chicken wings, the television program.
Also, I'd just like to
Yeah.
respond to Tristan's comment. I'm
Right.
pretty sure he described Dean Winchester. A rack is his only weakness. Incorrect. Hot Asian rack is his weak. Ah, crap, that's me as well.
Yep. I could definitely walk in and see you be stuck to your computer with bustyasianbeauties.com on the screen. And I used the word stuck to his computer intentionally. Because I felt it was quite visual outside of just being descriptive verbally. as well.
Congratulations, we just came up with another supernatural skit
Yeah.
whereby
Team
some
Winchester
demonic entity
Spider-Manning all over his fucking bedroom to bustyasianbeauties.com.
No.
Oh,
A Samara-like incident where we have something come out of the screen, grab me and just hold me, so my face is stuck in. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is not what it looks like.
Yeah.
that's
It's
what
gonna
they-
have. We're gonna have to find someone that's got big boobs because it's gonna have to be like hair and boobs. And I'm like, hey, you know she's going to kill us, right? No. Look, I'm sure it'll be fine. She's just misunderstood. She's not misunderstood, bro. She's a fucking murderous monster with a banging rack.
She just wants to talk.
Hey, I'll tell you something I know about monsters. If they have hair all in front of their face, they don't want to talk.
Right.
Maybe
It's
they
just a
do.
distraction before they eat you.
Maybe they're just shy.
Maybe you just want to fucking die. Either way, I'm shooting it in the fucking face. Get in the car. Which you can drive because it's your car and I'm not allowed to touch.
Oh, that's going to be its own barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's okay, I can drive cars.
Oh, good, because we don't have one anyway. It's going to be on a green screen. It's going to be a green screen car.
Oh.
Do you remember the Thelma and Louise sketch?
I could definitely drive one of those.
It's going to be very, very similar to that, except it's an Impala instead of whatever the fuck they were driving. Because I don't have a car either.
Some kind of
Kagi says she technically is a curse. I could kind of see that.
Jennifer?
Yeah.
You try telling Jennifer she's cursed, bud. Okay.
Yeah, right.
she'll either fuck you or kill you, or
In either way, she's having a good
something.
time.
Either way, you're going to look like this by the end of it.
Yeah. With that girl in the ring at the beginning, open up the closet door. She's like,
what are we doing trailer-wise here?
Playing it?
No, do you remember last week?
No.
Which is weird because we're playing the trailer for it like the entire time we've been talking, so I don't get how we get pulled for one and not the other.
Because there's 4 anime dancing chicks and the word Jennifer in massive fucking letters written across the front of the screen.
Also, he's playing it backwards.
Yeah. Everything that I read that supposedly
didn't.
will stop the copyright happening that didn't work last week, I've been like, hey, do you know what I didn't try? All of them together. So I was like, I'm just going to flip it and just going to turn the audio down. We're going to stick some dancing anime birds in here as well, and I'm just going to write the name of the movie in fucking large fucking letters across the screen.
What if you played it like that? With the anime girls and Jennifer and backwards, except with the volume?
Well, they never pulled the stream. They just delayed it. So, I suppose it's worth a go. Did you say with the anime girls as well?
Yeah, as in like everything that we can see here, put that into the wee little cinema scope, except turn on the volume.
I'll just hope that no copyright music pops up. Yo, someone should be talking right now.
It's okay, you are.
Right.
No, he's right. Talk amongst yourselves and certain shit.
So,
Right, fair enough.
Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't go specifically into what she is. So I suppose Hikagi's notion of she is a curse, she's cursed, or even she could be just this is what a succubus looks like, and that's
Right.
why you're lured in, and then you end up
Succubus.
being
Yeah,
eaten.
succubus.
Like I said, that's kind of what I always saw her as, was just a succubus.
There was a lot of sucking going on.
Even
I never
a
even
lot
really
of
thought the cat aspect until you guys brought that up.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, even a lot of the times when you see representations of a succubus, they tend to give them a feline aspect as well, and a predatory one at that, because that's part of the shtick. So yeah,
Right.
I can see how. I suppose Jennifer, one way or the other, yeah.
Either way, badass predator that will fuck you up by the end of the day,
Yeah.
or drain you and move on to the next motherfucker that she can drain and kill people with.
I still maintain that was just a personal disposition, and the guy couldn't handle the lifestyle.
Okay, we're going to be back after this very brief messages. I'm sorry that I'm going to have to adjust the thing live, but it doesn't let me see what's going on when I'm in the transition window. So there'll be a bit of quick tomfoolery here to get everything going. So enjoy some really large anime dancing birds on the screen for a brief moment. We'll see you after these.
Freeze! Police! Throw down your weapon!
Too late! Go away!
You don't know what she is. Don't do it!
You kill a psychopath. I don't care.
And you need to make it backwards.
Oh yeah, I need to make it backwards as well. Okay, back it. I'll pop back here just for a moment. Okay, we'll give this a go.
Meanwhile, back at the GoreCast.
Freeze! Police! Throw down your weapon! It's too late! Go away! You don't know what she is! Don't do it!
You kill a psychopath. I don't care that he was trying to slice her up. It's gotta warp you.
What's wrong with her face? What happened to her?
Do you know where she's from?
Apparently, she didn't really have a home. I can tell you her name is Jennifer.
So where's she now?
She's at Watkins Island. Poor thing, I don't even know how much she understands.
Jennifer, what are you doing here?
She's got nobody to care about her. She's got no place to go.
Hello?
We're gonna find her a place to stay.
Can't
Don't worry.
stay here.
Sorry.
Oh, take her.
Can you blame them, Frank? Look at her.
It's just one more night. That's it.
What did you do?
Jennifer.
Hi, what's your name?
Holding out gold foil wrapped condoms.
Sorry, what?
I think Kids and I can be fairly. Can I just say, by the way, when people talk about cultural appropriation, like, chill the fuck out, lads. Ireland don't get pissed about it when the entire fucking world go fucking crazy. We'll get some leprechauns handing out some golden coin condoms. The fuck are you doing?
You guys should be very offended.
I should be.
Apparently.
But we're
My
Irish,
daughter's coming home.
so part of our racial stereotype is we also don't care.
Talked to my ex,
Yeah,
and she's
also
like,
true.
Yeah, the kid's coming home to do the pub crawl with me. I talked her into it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. At which point, we're talking about going to all the different places, and she's like, I need to be a leprechaun and passing out condoms, like wrapped in gold foil. And she's like, and I just want to point out, by the way, this was our daughter's idea, not mine. And I was like, oh, God, we fucked her up and raised her right. I'm so proud.
They got the drinking part right of it, though, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, we do a lot of drinking, but that's because we had a lot of shit to put up with, what with the constant invasions and crap.
Oh, look, another group coming through. Awesome.
So many badly done Irish accents on American television as well. That drove me to drink a lot as well.
Don't doubt it.
That's not what we sound like. And then you get to Kerry and you're like, Anyway, ratings for Jennifer.
Oh,
I'm going to give it a 4.5 because I fucking liked it.
I'm going 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.5 as well. This is my kind of fucked up.
I like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit. Have you ever fucked a Catwoman?
3.5.
I can't say that I have. Well then, Goober, you don't even know what you're fucking talking about, bro. You're out.
Right.
You're out of your element, Goober.
I'll go 3.5.
Bunny, we don't dye our rivers green, but once upon a time the pollution levels were so bad, I guess.
No, that's factually inaccurate. They have dyed the river green. For
Really?
Paddy's Day. Yeah, I can't remember was it Shannon or Liffey, but they ran stuff through it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh. Died an entire river.
I won't lie to you. I would say it was probably the Liffey off the top of my head because it seems like a more manageable water source than the Shannon.
Yeah.
So
I think Katie may have
3.5.
dropped. I think Katie might have dropped her phone again.
What?
Well, she
Or falling
said she
asleep on
might
the
be in
keyboard.
and out, like, right.
Sorry, did I multiply those fucking numbers?
Either that or her cat took over her computer again.
Sorry, 4 from Carter, right?
Yes.
Plus
yes.
4.5 from me, plus 4.5 from Giz, plus 3.5 from Buzz.
It's
There we go. I must have fucking
16.5.
multiplied them. 16.5. Yeah, I must have multiplied them because I was like 48.9. Where the fuck did that come from? It's a 4.1.
Something. Yeah.
4.1 from
Good
GoreCast.
answer. Yeah, or good answer. Like,
yeah,
good scoring.
GoreCast says.
GoreCast said, yeah.
Shocking.
Dang.
There's teats.
Right, next up we have
blood.
someone else can take this away. I had a funny feeling that it was going to be Giz that jumped in for Jennifer, and I was just like, that's not happening. I'm going to handle the story for this
Son
one.
of a bitch.
The next one is chocolate. Chocolate. I might have to pull up a little bit of IMDb. So
Okay, while you pull up your
correct.
thing on IMDb, I will say, seeing as we just kind of went, this is the storyline of the movie, and here's what we think. This has all of those trademark fantastic visuals that Dario Argento is historically known for. Fantastic use of camera movement, great use of lighting.
Good
The
makeup.
physical
visuals.
acting out of Jennifer between helpless and feral Catwoman is brilliant.
Awesome.
As I said, that scene that I mentioned to Carter earlier with the transition where it's kind of like, oh, I'm friendly and I need help because I'm the cat's hissing at me. Down into predator mode. I was just like, oh, fuck, shit's going down. Okay. I won't lie to you. The fact that she didn't eat that pussy then and there, I was very surprised at. I was surprised it took 2 days for that cat to die.
I think it was more of just like a corner. Like they both realized they were in the bathroom. It was like, oh, fuck, I'm not walking out of here.
The fact it took 48 to 72 hours for her to alf that cat.
He was quick. You should give him that.
Yeah.
Not that quick.
It's like Elf minus the jokes.
No, there was a few good ones
There's
in
a
there.
couple of good jokes in there. No, not from her.
Oh,
She's
there
not really
was,
the most
if you have a
talkative.
sadistic- Oh no, she liked to do
Jesus
like
Christ.
practical jokes.
Do you know what? This is why I did the Jennifer review, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, chocolate. Are we done?
Yeah, I think I think the question is more: are you done? Are you ready to go?
No, I got myself. That's why I was.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you were finishing what you were going with. So I
Didn't know
didn't
where
want
we
to
were
interrupt.
going with it after that, but to be honest,
Okay. Well, we're gonna go to chocolate. It's an episode of the film. Oh, FYI, I watched the right episodes this week, guys.
I'm proud of you.
I noticed when you were like, hey, we're going to move on to chocolate. And I was like, Buzz got this. All right, cool.
I was gonna do a joke, or when you guys talking about it, I was like, oh shit, and then I forgot.
So to be clear, you forgot to forget.
I forgot to forget thing. Chocolate is directed by Mick Garris. He directed this one. Don't know who he is, but he directed this one. And it follows Henry Thomas as Jamie, who works at a food tasting lab, from what I think. Right?
Yeah, it's one of those labs where they come up with new flavors for artificial crap because Jesus.
Do you want it to taste like chicken? Give us an hour. We can figure it the fuck out.
Don't really see this this occupation really brought up in film very much. So it was nice to see that. But his buddy Wally was played by the fucking guy who plays Max fucking Headroom, and I was
and also
immediately
famously from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
and also Taggart from Town.
Oh my God, he was
and
in
Taggart
that
from a town called Eureka.
Jeez.
and wasn't he also in Lawnmower Man?
That
he was, yes.
Yeah. And
he's the Lawnmower Man.
And he was in the
Jeeves
he was
Christ.
in the
He's in a lot of things.
he was in the made for TV movie version of Generation X back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's right.
He's in a lot of
Forgot
stuff.
about that.
And also Mick Garris, seeing as we have an interlude here. Do you really not know who Mick Garris is?
No.
Okay, I'll just pull up his IMDb. Critters, Nightmare Cinema.
I could do that. I've seen Critters. I just didn't know that was him.
Let me think. What else is there? Quicksilver Highway, Ghosts, Hocus Pocus, She-Wolf of London.
I've seen that.
Jesus, that's
the making of the
did
Thing.
shit.
He shot the documentary. He worked on Thing as well, if memory serves me correctly.
So he's done
He's
things.
done things.
A lot
Yeah,
of
Mick
good things.
Garris is pretty well known. The Fly.
Okay. So he's one of those things where I've seen some of his things. I just didn't know
Yes.
him, I guess.
No, I forgot Matt Fewer was in this, so this was like a happy little surprise for me.
Yeah, as soon as he popped up, I'm like, fucking Max Headroom. I'm
Right.
sold. I am fucking sold. So, Jamie is a newly divorced man who lives in an apartment all by himself.
He's so lonely.
He is. He's so sad.
Lonely.
With that white voice, that was, yeah. He's sad that his son's gone, and he's on a new diet where he only eats lettuce, I think, because he blows up if he pigs out. Just randomly just starts seeing things and smelling things and tasting things in the middle of the night. One of them being chocolate. Ooh. He's driving. Oh, and Max Headroom has a freaking awesome kick-ass band.
It's a fake mohawk.
Oh, Doug the fake mohawk.
It is fake. He had,
It's a fake mohawk.
yeah, because he was trying to hide his scars from his
Hair transplant surgery.
There you go. There you go. I don't think that was real. And he's driving them home because they did some stuff. They did some stuff before the program. And
Vitamin C.
so
Vitamin C.
yeah, Jamie decided to drive home because it was a good idea. Until his eyes became someone else's eyes, and he started seeing a clock and different things, and you know,
Most
almost killed him.
importantly, couldn't see the main road he was driving on.
Right. Or the
Exactly.
semi coming
And
at them.
He almost got into a predicament, and he was like, "I can't see," and Max Headroom was like, "Oh, stop messing around, dude," because he was high off his balls. And
I'll
so
tell you
then
something.
Jamie
Can I
gets
say
his finally-
something for nothing? Just in lack of survivability out of Max Headroom, it's when he's like, "I can't see." Even if I thought he was pranking me, I'd be like, "Do you want me to take the wheel for a minute while we resolve this?"
Right. Yeah. Right.
I feel I could scream
remember
at you, "Stop pranking me!" while holding the wheel. Is what I'm trying to say.
So, yeah, they almost die. Semi truck
But he
almost.
said that near
Max
death
Headroom thinks it's great.
really well.
He's having a whale of a time.
Because of the previous off his balls statement. Hi.
Woo!
off
Car
his
crash.
balls.
I'm finally living the rock star lifestyle.
So, Jamie, young Jamie, or middle-aged Jamie, or whatever aged Jamie.
Can't phone home.
Yeah, he can't.
No, he can't.
Holy
is
shit,
that-
that's him.
Oh my god, that
Oh
is.
my god.
Oh my God! It's the kid from ET.
He's Elliot now. He's not Jamie. He's
Okay,
Elliot.
it's Elliot and Max Headroom. Got it.
Next,
Okay.
yeah.
Elliot and Max Headroom.
This is the buddy cop movie I didn't know I needed.
Right.
Elliot and Max Headroom.
You get on your bike and we'll go save some people.
Yeah.
Shit, that is him. Fuck.
Fucking hell.
Elliot meets this very nice lady at the grocery store as they're putting down fat people.
Can I
That's
say,
what they're doing.
by the way,
now.
in credit to Jamie in this movie, for a guy who's newly divorced, he's having a whale of a time. There is just hot ass chucking itself at him.
Yeah. She there was the chick at the bar. She wanted to see the quarter
Because
trick.
these were all shot back in the early 2000s when the smell of desperation was
Yeah,
it was the thing that people really wanted. Desperation by Calvin Klein.
And then he couldn't hear because he was hearing things, so he couldn't hear the concert when the nice young lady was wanting to see the quarter trick.
Can I say, by the way, even if you can't hear, could you not have just been like, mm-hmm, yeah, okay, mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, cool. You're really hot. I'm just going to keep nodding and hope to God that this sorts
Let's make
itself out
something
before I
else.
need to engage more in this conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe
you
I'm
don't
not going to show
say,
you the quarter
really,
disappear, but he's going to make something else disappear.
or maybe do the quarter trick. You don't
With
need
his
a lot
penis.
of talking with your quarter. Yes, with his penis. Do the quarter trick with his penis. Yes, that was obviously where I was going with the joke.
That would have went over really well.
If his penis can make a quarter disappear, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be a good trick.
Okay, I don't know what I don't know what other people's boners are like, but I'm pretty sure I can make a quarter disappear.
Thank you. I don't like now you see it flop.
Like
There you go.
there's two options. There's either put it on the tip of my dick and pull my dick down, and then boom, quarter's gone, or there's just plomping on the quarter. Ta-da! Quarter's gone. Both of them are getting me arrested if I do it in a bar. Anyway.
Especially at a bar.
Yeah.
Is that a trick? Do you see the quarter? Ta-da!
Yeah.
What?
Ta-da! You gotta finish every sentence, but ta-da!
He's like, "Hey, this is a lot of sexy-oriented episodes today."
Oh Jesus Christ!
It's just the way the episodes worked out because they're all very sexually orientated episodes.
We haven't even got to the actual S&M yet.
We opened with, "Hey, so there's a lot of sex in these episodes."
Yeah, I did I literally prefixed the entire show with.
Yep.
There's a lot of fucking in these episodes.
Yeah.
The episodes that he watched with his mother.
The episodes that I watched with my mother, my notoriously very religious mother. Yeah.
After
who I will say, as I said, in kudos to Jennifer, she genuinely got stuck into Jennifer, like to a level that I was actually surprised at. That I was like, I thought I'd be getting a lecture about all of the boobs and everything, but Mum was in it for the story. She was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was like, "She's like a crazy cat lady."
While things were getting stuck into Jennifer.
Yeah. Well, Jennifer was sticking things into her. Let's be fair.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
she
true.
pretty much sexually assaulted everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to chocolate. Young Elliot and the girl from the grocery store, once they got done fat shaming some lady and her child, they went back home and they fat shamed themselves. They ate a whole bunch of junk food and then they went and had sex. That's what you do. You eat a bunch of greasy shit and then you get into some greasy shit in the bedroom.
Can I just say, just in relation to that scene, I just have to. Sorry for interrupting. I'm just like, is that what you took away from that scene? That they were fat shaming people? Because
that scene.
I thought the whole point of that scene was them trying to talk themselves into being like, "Oh, the healthy food's way better," and them eating all that shit over there, and then they go.
That's kind of how I took it, right?
Then it's just like, no, you know what? I'm fucking lying because pizzas and fries and ice cream sounds fucking amazing right now.
Right.
Let's just indulge ourselves in everything.
So after they do the
indulging
and then the sex,
Splash.
young Jamie starts having sex done to him in a weird way, very weird way. The fact that it actually
looked like a seizure.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
This whole thing.
I had like that lady was quite like I know what was happening was he was getting railed, right? But that lady was like, "Your family are here. Stop acting like an idiot. Your family are here." I'm like, "Lady, that man is having a straight up epileptic fit in the fucking bed, dude." Also, on the other end of things, whoever's doing that to that woman on the other end, well done, mate, because that woman's genuinely well done. That woman looked like she was going to die if I was living it through Jamie's eyes.
Yeah.
Well done, you,
I
sir.
kind of took it as like, if you haven't made a phone call to 911 in the first few minutes, why are you still here?
Like, why she didn't at least shove a rolled up sock in his mouth or something?
Right. Like, either be productive or
give him a spoon to bite down on.
Because like you could have handled that situation a lot better when the kid came in, which was like, you need to get the kid out of the room. Okay, I know this is awkward, but from what I understand, you two aren't married anymore, and he's a perfectly grown-up man. But I think the more important thing that we need to talk about is I think he's going to die on the bed. Can you help me hold down his arms?
Or hop on top, turn around and kind of go, "Excuse me, we're in the middle of something here."
No, like the fact that
he was in the middle of something, she wasn't.
Yeah, but that's my point.
They were
She
not in
jumps
the middle of
on
anything. Okay, but the fact that
I don't think that's going to make that situation any less traumatizing for his son.
Yeah,
but look at
he was like, "Leave my daddy alone." Ah! That's what the kid did.
But the fact is, like, the wife's like, "Oh, could you just stop fucking around, lady? I think it's a seizure. I know we don't know each other."
It's like, do you see me on top of him?
Just briefly, speaking of potential medical things, it turns out Tristan is actually fine. She fell asleep with her phone in her hand again.
Okay, I will ring the ambulance and tell them to just turn the fuck around.
It's almost to the point where we kind of figured that's what it was. So,
but it's best to be sure.
So if you haven't gotten the gist that I've been putting down so far, young Elliot, he's seeing
spells.
and feeling and doing everything of somebody else's life. He sees through her eyes. He feels the things that she feels, like a penis. He tastes chocolate when she eats chocolate.
I suppose he should be grateful she's not into anal.
We don't know.
Oh,
Good point.
That was
Good
that
point.
deleted scene.
that could have been part of that teaser, bro.
It very well could have been, actually.
Yeah.
That's why she was holding the sheet so
normally the
tight.
common
No.
reaction after
This was not discussed. This was not discussed.
No. Not there. Not there. I can't see his face. This is not good.
Wrong hole,
like I said,
Fabio.
Hang on. If she's into it, then he's getting her experiences, so that makes him into it as well.
But he also had a weird kind of like he enjoyed it, but he also had like a weird kind of like,
oh my God. Stop for a second. I forgot this guy, or I didn't forget because I just found out this guy plays Elliot from E.T. He had a similar situation with E.T. in the movie E.T. E.T.
Okay, you need to clarify.
Not the sex, minus the sex, minus the sex, minus the
version
sex.
of E.T. were you watching, lad?
Minus the sex. But you guys have seen E.T., right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you know when E.T. would started drinking the beer and he started getting drunk, he felt what E.T. felt. So this is like the same thing.
Yeah, I can literally watch Buzz's brain adding the equation in his head.
As old, but instead of E.T. drinking beer, it's blonde girl having sex with the guy with the long hair.
And this is why,
oh my God,
this
it's
is why
the
you
same
should always
movie.
write your
It's
homework
the
down,
sequel to
kids.
E.T.
So
It's
really,
the sequel to E.T.
So I was gonna say, so really, Elliot should have been okay with this because like he's experienced this before.
Exactly.
He's now the
You're like, oh my
E.T.
God. Yeah,
Hikage managed
we
to
don't
call
know that.
Hikage managed to call it before you did. He was literally like, I think Buzz has it worked out that E.T. and this are all in the same universe.
I was very low on this movie. Now it's a 5.
Do you want my director brain to come in and fucking stitch these two movies together into one universe for you?
I already did it. I immaculated it perfectly.
Okay, I was going to say that essentially it's like a
Immaculate?
residual effect left over from the E.T. experience that now he's super empathic and it only kind of kicks in when it kicks in.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I can see that.
There you go.
Instead of phoning home, it's just
Boning home.
Boning.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue what you're on about because I used to always fast forward E.T. to get the Predator.
Why would you?
How the
That doesn't
fuck
make
do you
any sense.
fast forward ET to get to Predator?
Because E.T.
How
was
are they on
recorded-
the same?
E.T. was recorded and then somehow Predator ended up getting recorded after.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna rip out like no. 20 minutes in, like blah blah blah. He took down like
No,
okay.
no. That's just
I
the
was
way-
like,
It's
dude,
just a completely
no.
super in joke that only Giz would get. Due to the
was
fact that
like,
we all don't own the same videotape that recorded both of the things very illegally.
It's okay.
for
I don't own
television.
it anymore either. It's lost to the winds of time.
I was like, dude, we fought on many hills. This is gonna be my next one. He never went Predator.
Anywho, I'm gonna wrap this up because this has gone a long time.
It hasn't. Just to
Anywho,
clarify, but anyway,
Elliot.
Now you know how I felt the
Elliot.
other day when I thought it was like 2:00 in the morning. It was only 12:30.
oh no, it is half
Oh,
one,
dude.
but it's like we start like
And
that
the
makes
look on your
sense
face
with
was
the.
like, oh god.
I mean, as in for
Elliot
where we
starts-
should be normally in one of our shows, we're there. Do you know what I mean? There's a half
Yeah.
an hour left. We have a movie to do.
Yeah.
Elliot tells Max Headroom about his weird ordeals of his fornicating, and Max Headroom's like, "That's weird," and so that solved nothing. And so Elliot decides he's gonna find this lady. So he starts being weird and creepy, and like kind of remembers half of a license plate. So he goes on the old interwebs and tries to find out where this lady lives. He finds her. She's in Canada.
It's a
of course.
worryingly in-depth description of how to stalk someone down if you have the right
Right,
bits of information.
Exactly.
Which gets me
Yes.
because like when he finally catches up with her, oh no, I'm not a crazy stalker. Really, bro? How
Oh.
the fuck did you get here?
One thing I forgot to mention, I don't know what timeline or where it happened on the thing, if it happened before he started looking her up. But the guy that did all the fucking to the lady and to Elliot, He got murdered because he thought he was going to spice things up.
I think that's
He
after
brought in
he
another
was
sexy
looking her up,
lady.
if memory serves me correctly.
Okay. So he brings in another sexy lady for sexy
Sorry,
fun time.
him looking her up was after the dude got murdered.
Yeah.
That's
Is
what
what I
I
meant.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, I forgot, because I was getting past it. But we
I
wanted
think
to
that's
get back to that, because
I
it's
think
kind
that
of an
was kind of
important
what
thing.
really instigated him looking her up as well.
Yeah.
But she's fucking single now. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was not into sexy fun time with other people.
She is not Jade Cargill.
And he got mad. No. No. And he got mad and he slapped her, and then he tried to do something to her, and she stabbed him, and she gutted him, and the knives go, and she like almost cut him in half. It's a pretty good scene. I like that
She
scene.
bifurcated him.
Yeah, and Elliot saw that happening because, like I said, the telekinesis thing or whatever the fuck, the power, or whatever this weird. That's the
Look,
thing. Oh,
for
actually,
purposes
no,
of
it
this
makes sense
conversation,
now.
to make you feel better, just call it his ET powers. How does that make you feel?
This ET powers, because that's the thing. Is like I was sitting here and I'm like, none of this makes sense. Why did this randomly happen? But I didn't know about the ET connection, so now it made sense of why he had these random powers.
Just to clarify, Spotify and anyone watching this back on the replay, highly unlikely that that's the actual storyline. I just feel for posterity purposes that I do need to point that out there. Just before we have a load of fucking emails, just like, are you guys actually fucking insane? Well, number one, if you watched the show, you'd know that yes is the answer to that. Number two, what was the question?
I don't know. I was looking at the I was looking at the comments. I completely missed out on what imaginary thing Buzz was coming up with.
Oh, there was no imagination. You
Cardinal
also
Johnny
the
there
same
was.
thing I did. No.
I zoned out for a
No,
second.
because I
I'm
said
sorry.
I said that that was the one thing I didn't really like about this episode was I don't understand why he had these random not powers obviously, but like why this was happening. But then I forgot about the ET connection. So now it makes sense.
Yep.
And that's when he said
That's definitely a
his
thing that Buzz
spiel
said.
about.
So if there isn't an ET connection, is there an explanation?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like
No, it never
the
gets
closest
explained.
He's
Why
got
it
is
makes
like the
sense now.
chocolate. He thinks like, hey, you had the chocolate, and it's like, oh, like that's his only like go-to in the whole situation because he has like no clue.
So he hunts the lady down and actually finds her in Canada because that's where crazy.
Don't you
people
know?
are. I don't know. I don't remember her name. Did they give her a name? Laura. There we go.
Sorry,
old
Catherine.
Laura. Catherine, lady. He finds her in Canada because he fell in love with her because he really should. Okay, I'm not gonna. Whatever. He fell in love with her. He went to find her and made things awkward as people do.
So
when you stalk them and give them chocolate from their dead lover, or reminds her of her dead
Yeah,
lover.
she didn't take it all too well.
No, she didn't like that. And he's just like, oh, I'm not weird. I'm not creepy, as most weird and creepy people say when you first meet them.
Okay,
and
when you point out some shit that only happened to me alone, it's like, when you listen to that album and how happy you were. Oh, crazy stalker. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Keep her.
Mm-hmm. That's all plausible. So
Those are all definitely words that came out of Carter's mouth. Yep.
Yep. My bad.
So he goes, let's go have lunch. And she's like, okay. They go have lunch. She's like, yeah, you're weird. I'm gonna leave. He's like, no, don't leave. And then they go back to the apartment. They see police out there. He's like, no, you cannot go there. The police are there. They know what you did, and they're gonna arrest you. And she's like, you know what? You're right. Be my knight in shining armor. And he's like, I'm going to protect you. And young Elliot, he loves her. And they waited out for a while. The cops leave. They go back to the apartment, and she doesn't love him back, guys.
Oh, well, she says she does.
Back. Well, to lure him in with a pistol, and then she tries to
Look,
shoot
she
him.
lures him in with the drugs and then tries to murder him with a
That's
pistol.
right. Oh, that's right. The rapey drugs.
Yeah.
The drugs.
The very, very, can I point out, highly useless rapey drugs, because that man,
right.
outside of kind of going, I feel a little bit woozy, and then once murdering happened, he was just going, I don't feel woozy anymore. Fodunk, right hook.
And then she kind of got like weird zombie powers for a little bit because she took a couple of straight shots to the chest and then just kept coming.
Or he's just a pussy.
And then
I don't know.
Pussy powers?
No, I said, or he's just a pussy.
Why is it? What's
How does
that got to do
shooting-
with the what?
Oh, fuck, that's right. Nope, I forgot.
I was just saying he took 2.
I forgot he
shotgun
shot her.
blasts.
Yeah, no.
I would
To
assume
the chest.
I was
I
thinking
would
of the
assume her
struggle
not
before.
dropping straight away was due to the fact that she was seeing everything through his eyes. And,
Was he?
yeah,
I didn't
she
think she
started
had that.
seeing shit as well.
Oh. Reverse ET powers.
Yeah,
Shared ET powers.
yeah, it was like a weird. She knew he was seeing through her when it was going on.
Oh yeah, because she's like, it's happening again. He's
Yeah,
like, you can't.
and then
see
she
me.
went to stab him, and then he went pop, pop,
She was
pop.
John Cena. Sorry. I had to get that in there because his name was.
Can I?
John
The end of this movie baffled the shit out of me because, like, you kind of get the impression that the guy's going to get brought to hospital and arrested or something like that, and I'm like, you know, if you didn't explain the batshit story and just explained the general actual goings on as to what happened, you were perfectly in your rights as to, like, the lady brought you back and tried to drug you and tried to murder you, and you defended yourself. Like, I don't know
The
why.
only illegal
like,
thing he
that
kinda
won't even
did
go to
was the
court.
stalking.
But he leaves that part out.
I know, that's the fucking
Yeah.
bit that I find is like he leaves all of that bit out, and he's just like the bit that declares his innocence.
Okay, but in the same sense, so for like the last 3 months, I've sensed everything she sensed. Uh-huh. Okay, bro.
Okay,
Cool.
you wackadoodle,
Cool.
get in the white van.
So,
And then the guy, the detective, was like, "I've seen you from something, haven't I?" He's like, "Yes, ET."
That didn't happen.
Okay, I think I've.
Fuck, man.
Sorry, I just figured
Sorry,
out what
can I
Ikagi
clarify?
was on
In
about in
your,
the comments.
in your universe building of the ET connection to this movie, it's not Elliot as in Elliot the character from ET. It's the dude that plays Elliot who has somehow got powers from the alien, even though it's a movie alien, and it's the real life actor that you're discussing. Is that?
It's not all ironed out yet. It's just
Right, okay.
circumstance. It works with it.
Because for
wherever it
him
works,
to say
it's what I make it.
you
He's still
recognize
putting
me
the
from
pins.
something, and he's like, "Yeah, I was in ET." That would mean that is the actor that played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's still working with the string of the pen.
Just that
Get
scene.
back
though.
So
to it.
That was just
your
that scene.
conspiracy theory now is that the ET in ET was a real alien.
And he got some offshoot by filming with him.
Well, ain't that about a bitch?
Thank you.
That's a
There
fucking.
could be a
I'm
lot
glad
of
you
strings
guys
in
saw
this
it.
shit.
Like, all right, finally, we all watched the
Also,
same
Kage,
thing.
now that
Like,
we have the review done, I'm probably going to check out that anime that the dancing people are from because that sounds like it's fucking mental.
And
Right.
according to you know the way we're all in the colored boxes.
Yeah.
He has put us in based on the colored boxes. So apparently, you're the red witch that loves explosions. Carter
I do
is
like
the
stuff that
chicken.
goes boom.
Carter is the yellow chick who is basically the tank of the team and therefore enjoys a bit of pain and suffering.
Carter has
Um,
wheels. That makes sense.
Green
lie.
is some pervy dude that likes to steal through panties or likes to steal people's panties, one or the other.
There is no green on the screen, but that's Giz, I'm assuming.
No, Buzz.
Buzz is the panty stealer? Huh.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, because the cape is green. It's just being covered up because it keeps disappearing because it's in the green screen.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, sorry. The green cape is also a chick?
No,
It's a dude. Okay, right.
yeah. And apparently the blue chick, which is me, is thinks they're a god, but apparently he's useless at everything.
yeah, they got the last two mixed up.
Yeah, if anything, I would say that
the
Giz is
first
the panty
two.
stealer and Buzz is the one that thinks
What
he's a
the
god
shit?
and is useless at everything.
I
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What
I
the
totally
fuck?
thought Giz was like the.
Whenever you say pervy,
magic.
it's automatically Giz.
Okay, I'll accept
It's
that, but
just-
there's pervy and then there's a panty stealer.
For magical purposes, though, you're not stealing the panties miscellaneously, from what I understand in the
right,
text.
like
in
you're
the-
not doing like a weird collection. You're like saving it for magical purposes.
Yeah, there's like a magical panties.
No, the way he described it, I think it's he has a magical ability to steal panties.
Well,
How
that
is
would
a
be pretty magical.
ability? I can go do that right now.
No.
Without magic.
Equals has a talent to steal through magic panties.
Oh. It's not stealing the magic panties. They have panties that make him steal?
No, I think it's like the panties are like a vortex and it essentially turns her cooch into a storage device.
But it's a guy.
Oh. Ooh.
Well, then it's not his cooch, it's his pooch.
Bag of holding.
No, I was right. He has a magical ability to steal panties.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was worded badly in the initial sentence.
Yeah, I knew I was right.
So,
okay.
This
Anyway.
poor bastard, like in the midst of battle, can just go around and steal people's underwear. Like that's his go-to while we're all like fighting for the death.
You know, that could be pretty distracting, I guess.
I mean,
I like how it's just simple for me. It's like, I like explosions.
I like explosions.
I like when things go boom.
So, to put a wrap on Chocolate, Elliot tells the police about the story. They don't believe him. E.T. flies down and gives him the potted flower and says, ouch. And
did not happen. That did not happen at all. The police go, that's
how I ended it. They left the ending open because we don't know how
the police go, that's some story you're telling. And then your man, Jamie, gets brought off to hospital, where presumably he's either... I don't see him actually getting arrested, because I feel once they do blood tests on him and go through the general evidence of the room, everything is very much in his favor.
Right.
And the fact that she murdered her last boyfriend as well probably is really helping the case.
Plus, he can chalk up any story he gave later on down to the fact that I was drugged. I didn't know what the fuck I was saying. You're telling me the evidence says this? I'm going to believe you if it says that I'm not a murderer.
Right.
Oh, no, you can still say you're psychically linked to people and look like you're batshit crazy, but the evidence is evidence, and that evidence was blatantly that lady tried to attack him and drug him.
Right.
Or drug him and attack him.
Which would have been her second attempt.
I feel that's an old open and shut case there.
So,
do you know what I mean?
Right. Because they were already watching her thinking that something happened to what's-his-nut, so...
Yeah. I feel this is just going to be, the cops are going to be like, okay, he didn't do the murder, he nearly got assaulted, blah, 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 and then we'll write this one paragraph about, also, man is batshit insane, thinks he was seeing visions of the lady through time, sent to Mulder and Scully. Stamp, stamp.
Could be the
stamp,
drugs,
stamp. That's
might
it,
not
done.
be. Who
Move
knows?
on. Anyway, we're going to hit the trailer for Chocolate, and we will be back in a moment where we're going to be getting into the last movie, which is a fuckload of fun.
Oh, fine. You can call it murder. Doesn't matter.
Just humor me, okay? Start from the beginning.
Chocolate. I just kept tasting someone else's chocolate.
How do you know it wasn't a dream?
It wasn't a dream. No man ever loved a woman the way I loved her. It's happening.
What's happening? Jimmy, what is it?
You know these spells I've been having?
Stop it! This isn't funny!
Anything getting worse? Well, it's a woman. I can see what she sees. I hear what she hears. I can feel what she feels.
Wally, what's the matter? I can't see. What are you doing?
Out of millions of people, why you?
You think I don't spend every minute thinking about that?
No! Please, let him go.
I just knew I had to find her.
Well, what did you expect to do once you found her?
I don't know. I loved her. And then all the visions just stopped.
You know, that's not an easy story to swallow.
And I knew what it felt like to die.
And we are back. That was the trailer for Chocolate. It's a weird movie.
Chocolate.
Some very cool visual, like they do the when you start seeing everything through her eyes and stuff like that. That's all done really, really, really well. The epileptic fit, orgasm aside, because she seemed like she was enjoying herself, but he definitely did not look like he was enjoying himself on his end.
Right. I will say, like, I didn't like. I liked it, but this just wasn't. I don't know. Like for me, this was like a 3.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't get into the story as much either.
It's a true. Oh, sorry. Huh. It's a 3 for me as well, mostly because I just felt the whole premise of how they were psychically connected to each other was never explored at all.
So, like, I think that's where it was. Like, I kept waiting for
an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, they both stubbed their toe on Friday. Like, I would have taken any excuse to make this. Now that there's an ET thing, I'm liking that.
Because, like, if you,
But
like,
as far as the story, it just never really did.
I'm just using Jennifer as an example again because it's the one we reviewed last. But like I know we never get an explanation as to like say where Jennifer comes from or what her whole deal is, but like what that isn't really integral to the storyline, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Whereas this psychic connection is very much the
It's
thing.
built as a mystery.
Random.
Right.
It's built as a mystery
that
that's
you
never
just never
solved.
find out. Yeah, exactly.
Gave me some
Pornbot's
cinema
back.
blue balls.
Cinematic blue. Oh, Pornbot's back.
Yep.
I give it a 2 because of the cinematic blue balls. Like, I'm just like, why is any of this happening?
Like I said,
And
I still enjoyed it.
Put the ET stuff aside because that may or may not have happened. I just didn't get enough explanation, and it gets a couple points because of Max Headroom. That's it. Stamp. That's my stamp. 2.
Stamp.
Right. Next movie we have is
Homecoming.
Homecoming. This is good.
Yeah,
Oh,
Homecoming's
so
a good
good.
laugh.
Who's taking it?
Will I take it, or do you want to do it, Carter?
No, go ahead, man.
Okay, so Homecoming is what I can only describe as classic zombie political satire. And by that I mean it follows in the footsteps of Romero, presenting a zombie situation that's really just a backdrop for a story that explores corruption and how the political world is constantly working to its own gains. In this case, the story is based on one David Murch, who is a political campaigner. He works for the president, and more importantly, he works for the president's currently running re-election campaign. Now, this is the Bush era. So once again, the American army has been sent off to go blow the schnit out of someone in the Middle East. And as a result of that, there are constant casualties coming back.
Bush Senior, I believe, right? Or Junior?
Whichever one, like ding dongs.
That means nothing to me. I didn't know either of them like ding dongs.
It was a joke in something before. It was the second one. It's Junior.
Hostess.
Anyway, so
you
David
just made that
and-
answer needlessly confusing.
Who, me?
I said they both send people into war, so it's like it could have been either
And that's
of them.
and to be perfectly honest, that is actually a running theme of the entire movie and the point of the movie. So anyway, as I was saying, David Murch, along with his colleague Jane Cleaver, are on a TV show. It's one of these political fucking late night TV show type thingies, and they are talking about the fact that anti-war protesters have been arrested, and they're defending that move by the Secret Service, and they're coming at it from the point of view of, look, they're going to do what they have to do. And David tries to humanize things by saying, look, I understand that this woman, she was arrested because she went up to the president, wanted to know why her son was dead. And the truth is, my brother, he went off, he fought in Vietnam, he died over there. And if I had one wish, and he kind of gets all choked up as he says this, and he says, if I had one wish, it would be to bring him back, to see them all come back. And then that's fine, and that's grand. Himself and Jane go off to have dinner. Jane is like, oh my God, you were awesome, you were great. She's clearly like a political using animal.
Right.
And it's all going fine. The two of them end up getting to know each other a little bit better. While in the
Definitely
middle of
like
getting
type of lady that has never moved up the rung of a ladder with her own 2 feet, usually on her back.
Or a knife. Like, I could also see her
Yeah,
like throwing
yeah,
some of the fuckers
the
under
knife.
the bus.
Yeah, that one.
In a heartbeat.
That's yeah. But anyway, in the middle of them getting to know each other a little bit better, David gets a call from his colleague Kurt Rand, played by Robert Picardo, which was fucking awesome, who's congratulating him on what a heartfelt speech that he made and blah, 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 blah. And there's a great scene where he's kind of like, are you alone? Yeah, no, I've got someone with me. Oh, and he kind of lets out a scream. That sounds like Jane is there with you. It's kind of like the familiarity of, well, I know what kind of kinky shit she's into. But anyway, he is the golden boy, it seems, for like the next couple of days, because that speech is after winning people over. They're really into, the re-election campaign, and it's all going swimmingly.
Oh, like it cranked up the numbers.
I just realized that the sex bot's actually a horror sex bot.
What?
Because it says online strips without clothing. How do you strip without clothing? Unless you're like peeling your skin off.
All of a sudden, that just became more interesting.
Bring him back.
That's suddenly kind of a Hellraiser thing.
Yeah. Kage nailed it. He said
have
yeah.
Such sights to show you. Anyway, getting back to the relevant debauchery.
The man in the box.
Yes, exactly. The man in the box. Now, here's the thing.
Good song for it.
Once again, one of the themes in this film is the fact that there is a near constant flow of soldiers being shipped back home, dead soldiers being shipped back home. And one night, those dead
live
soldiers
tend to just fly home.
Right.
Yeah. And
One's
one
above
night,
the
these
plane, the other's under the plane.
Well, the ones that were under the plane decide that, you know what, these metal boxes you have us in, they're a little bit stuffy and we want out.
That's not the reason, but okay.
One soldier panics, another soldier tries to help. Nothing they're doing seems to be putting him down. He runs out of ammo, and it was great. This undead soldier just walks up and goes, "Stand down. You're good."
Oh,
he just walks off. It's kind of, what the fuck?
That was such a brilliant fucking scene, like in that moment right there.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
I love how understanding the soldiers are as well, that it's like they're self-aware enough to be like, in fairness, he did just see a military zombie walk at him, so I can understand where all of the shooty, bang, bang came from.
You're just doing your job, lad. You're just doing your job.
Right.
Anyway, David is out having a day with his mother, who is just being David's mother, I guess. Talk. As David is receiving all these different phone calls, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm in the car with my mother. Yeah. They're off to see the grave of David's brother. And while they're there, we get some insights into the mother-son relationship, how things went when the brother was around, what a close-knit family they were. Yeah, supposedly. What a close-knit family they were. Now, the thing is, though, as they're leaving, David notices something weird. There's a guy in a uniform who appears to be rather vigorously digging up some other dude's grave.
It's not as they're leaving, it's they arrive and there's a guy digging up a grave.
No, they've already been to the brothers' thing because they put down the chocolates and everything. And
oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry.
No,
sorry, yeah. I had that scene where it was like he was driving into the funeral.
That's Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, sorry. Which you can draw some very, very close comparisons to the way the scenes play out.
Obviously, because one of the graves that we see later on is G.A. Romero, which is fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, that was a fucking awesome nod.
That was fantastic. Anyway, David understandably turns to his mother and says, "Get the fuck in the car, we're leaving." Because there's other undead soldiers coming towards them. He gets a phone call from Kurt, who says that they have a little bit of an incident. Kurt's like, "Well, you wouldn't believe me." "Oh, you fucking try me, buddy." So it turns out that Kurt is well aware of the fact that the dead are rising, and they have a couple of days to try and come up with...
Does your wouldn't believe me story involve zombie soldiers? Because I might believe you.
Yeah. Funnily enough, Kurt reckons they have a couple of days to go to put a bit of a spin on this before the public is going to really be aware of it. David is understandably, "What the fuck are you fucking... Okay, fine, we're going to... Okay.
You want me to spin zombies? Okay.
Right. And they do. There's another talk show now. David has given Jane a couple of pointers in regards how to deal with people and humanize herself so that she comes off across as being a little bit more...
less of a reptile person and more of a normal human being.
Look, there's a heart in that cold chest.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she's once again on one of these TV shows.
She's a proper woman, like when she comes, like one of those where the room literally drops 4 degrees when she comes in.
So anyway, she's on a talk show because at this stage, word is out that the dead are rising. They haven't, but it's okay.
Sorry, not just that type of woman, that type of person, should I say?
Yeah. So anyway, Jane is joined by some kind of Bible thumper. I can't remember the name. And while the Bible thumper is going on about how it's God's will that these glorious people come back, just like the president said. Jane is also debating the fact of whether or not these soldiers have the right to vote. She believes that since they are veterans that have done their job, absolutely, I guess, it depends on the state, but yeah, sure, why not? And then a soldier decides
As I
that
said
he
earlier, it
wants
won't
to
be
vote.
the first time a couple of dead people voted in a presidential election.
Yep.
And lo and behold, sure enough, that's exactly what happens. The soldier comes along and, he votes, and this is what raises the question. And then they start realizing, hang on a minute, they're not voting for our guy. And then they finally get a talker, as they put it. And there's a soldier who is clearly undead, who is basically going, you know what? We were lied to. This was all a lie. I died for a lie. My friends died for a lie. The people we killed died for a lie. We were all lied to. And then all of a sudden, the next TV show is, well, they're corpses. I mean, it's clearly the dead can't vote, and hellfire when fucking the Satan's released devils and blah blah blah. Complete 180. Of course, the damage is done. It's far too late.
Yeah.
So they reckon the only thing they can do is the same thing they always do. If at first you can't, or win if you can, lose if you must.
Cheat.
Always cheat.
We lie. We cheat. We steal.
They point out exactly how American politics works. The first person to claim victory wins.
So fucking true. Yeah.
Unlike Irish politics,
It's whoever's counting the ballots. That's who wins.
Yep.
Now, unlike Irish politics, whereby it's whoever pays the most wins, or in this case, just decides we're staying in power. In America, they have a slightly different scam system, whereby how we're doing. Okay, how are we going to rig this? Yeah, how we got the votes?
Believe in the votes, even if we have to dig them up.
And then, as long as they announce it first, we win. They win. That's how America works, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this happen in a couple of different things. And that's fine. That's great. They win the election. There's just one small issue. You see, now that the dead are being rounded up, and now that they're trying to, say that they really do support the war, and it's only the minority that rose up against it. They do the only thing they can do when they're completely outnumbered and outgunned. They call for backup, and every fucking grave
All
in
of
America
the soldiers
rises.
Because,
It's
and I thought
awesome.
that was important because we were only getting the soldiers of this particular war. But then they pointed out, Korean War, every fucking soldier is coming out of the ground now.
And all of them for the same reason, because, well, one would debate perhaps World War II, but there's definitely enough there that they're all walking out going, hey, guess what? You sold us a pack of lies when you told us to go and do this stuff because you really wanted this resource and this place and this piece of fucking tech and this piece of money, and you were really just trying to sell your guns.
Do you remember these weapons of mass destruction that you were talking about?
Right.
I can't,
Right.
for the life of me, can't seem to find them. It's the weirdest thing because it's like we've been everywhere.
We looked under his bed. We looked in his sock drawer. We're not funding this shit, bro.
Hey, it was even in Vietnam. Hey, do you remember how you said we were going to go off and, we were going to do this police action and it was for the greater good and all this stuff and we're going to get this really good equipment. And instead we got this really shitty equipment that got us killed and no one really cared because at the end of the day we were an invading force that was doing horrible things. Funny story. You keep making us do it, so we keep wanting to make you stop. So yeah,
Homecoming has been one of my favorites because I think they just did the story so well, from every aspect of it, it was just so well written.
I think it's out of all of the ones that we've done so far, and possibly for the rest of this season, I actually can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely so far anyway, this is the only one that actually has a bona fide message that it's trying to drive home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's an homage to Romero because of the way it's done, not just the fact that they have minutes.
And I was going to say, but it's so subtle also.
Yeah. Well, it's
so Joe Dante directed this, wasn't it?
Yes.
Just agree, Giz, I'm definitely correct. Okay.
I checked before we started, so yes.
I was saying it out like I was looking for validation, more of a courtesy than a.
But yeah, no, it's just like with Romero's work, it's zombies are merely the backdrop for this actual story to be told and for these actual things to be pointed out, and for people. Yeah, exactly. And what's great is this is a story that while it is set at a certain time, it's always going to be fucking relevant.
It's poignant
Oh, yeah.
no matter
Oh, yeah.
what
Right.
year it is.
And there weren't your
Sadly,
traditional
I should
zombies
say,
either
it's poignant
that were,
no matter what
like,
year it is.
just trying to mindlessly eat brains or eat
Exactly.
people.
Quite the contrary. They were actually at one point the fucking
They're the
politicals
friendliest
were like,
bunch of zombies you're ever
eat
going to meet.
Yeah, Robert
Yeah.
Carter's
Oh.
like, please eat somebody and give me a fucking excuse.
Like I
Right.
really enjoyed the episode because I really enjoyed the message and I really got the message. There was a couple of parts that I thought was kind of silly, like the whole guy going to vote and then he voted and he just dropped dead again. I was like, okay, that was a little bit.
No,
Well,
but that
I mean,
made
like,
perfect
but
sense. The
that's-
whole
But like
The
that
whole reason he
solidified
was
why
there
they
was
were
to
there.
cast the
Yeah.
vote. Once the purpose was gone, there's no point of
Yeah.
him being there.
yeah.
And
And then the
so
only
like-
reason that they all ended up sticking around is because they started to realize that they were getting fucked up the ass in relation to the deal that was made.
like two of my favorite spots was when old boy went to vote and she's like, "Do you have ID?" And he just yanked his dog tags. He's like, "Here you go."
And it was
Yep,
nice
there we
seeing it.
go. You know what I mean? Like, and the old boy that was caught out in the rain, and the dude bringing
In the coffee
him,
shop?
like that.
That was
Oh.
yeah, I did like that.
You know, just like it's
Well-
okay, son. Let me take care of you. Let me look after you.
Yeah.
It's
And-
like it's a partial commentary on fucked up politics and just
Yeah.
the general voting system, not just in America, as Hikage pointed out, but the general voting system worldwide, pretty much. It's also a commentary on how veterans are treated in America when they
Yeah.
come back from war.
Right.
And it's also a commentary on all the bullshit politics behind war itself as
Because
well.
unfortunately, like I don't.
Which,
know
as
about
Giz
the
pointed
rest of
out,
the
are
world.
three things that are. It's one of those weird movies that, as long as we keep going the way we keep going, it's always going to be quite a
Yeah.
poignant tale.
And the fact that old boy brought that guy in and like put a blanket around him, like because unfortunately we have had that kind of fight when soldiers came home, of the two ladies running out in fear and disgust, and the individual going, "Don't worry about them, bro. I got you. It's cool." Like, dude, this is probably one of my favorites.
All right.
Like I said, it's.
Go on.
No, go on. If you're going to go into the trailer, go.
No, go for it. I
was
can't
gonna
let
say,
you
yeah,
do it as I said sentence and then just be like, we're going to go to the trailer, boink.
No, it's once again, it's this is perhaps of all the films or all the episodes that we do, this is the one that feels like it's a mini Romero movie, a mini, and it's total
Yeah.
homage to him, and not just because it's zombies, but because of the way that
It's
the story is done.
commentary, social commentary on it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. Yeah.
Because
And it
Romero's good for
flows.
getting a message across.
Right, like it's not forced; it just flows evenly throughout the whole fucking story.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to hit the trailer for Homecoming, and we're going to be back to give our ratings and do our mandatory segment, which is the weekly bad grammar. See you after this. Oh, yeah, no. There we go. See you after this.
I remember the night the whole world went to hell.
There's someone out there.
It was the night I first met Jane.
It's one of them. I don't think so.
It's one of them!
Your son, Corporal Gordon Hofstadter, was killed in action.
I have the right to ask, why did my son die?
If I had one wish, I would wish for your son to come back.
Sir? Stop! Please stop!
How can a dead soldier get up? The thing is, you can't kill him.
What is it? What's happening? They're all coming back!
Something wrong?
Join us. We're looking for a few good men.
Fucking Inner Space.
We are back.
Where he's the cowboy.
I don't think I've seen that.
Inner Space.
Oh.
It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
Awesome fucking movie, dude.
The decade doesn't make it any different to the fact that I don't think I've seen it.
It's a
Dennis
variation
Quaid,
on the
Martin
Fantastic
Short.
Voyage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Except
cool.
it's in
That's
the
great.
human
Still
body.
doesn't make me think that I've seen it.
Okay. I'm not, I'm
Oh, no, I
not
was
saying
trying
that
to
you
sell
have.
you on
We're-
watching it.
Yeah, as was I.
Right. Can we get ratings for... Ooh.
I'm going to go full 5 with this one.
Yeah.
Full 5.
5 for me too.
4.5.
Okay. Uh,
5. No, 5.
are you saying 5?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm was gonna say 4.5 because I thought of like a couple of goofy parts, but I really didn't ruin it because like the other part was like at the end where they're all like we're seeing zombies walk around with trumpets and shit. I was like, okay, that's kind of goofy, but that doesn't really.
I think
ruin
that
it,
I think that
guess,
was
so
more for like
5.
a
Symbolic.
quick visual symbolism.
Yeah.
To rein the story in at the. It was to have a nice visual image, I think, to kind of bolster the message of the final
'Cause
monologue.
It was like you said, it's the one that has like a message, like as some of these other ones.
Several
are just
messages,
random
actually,
ass fucking
technically, like,
movies.
if you think
And I
about it.
like
and
it because
it's one of those things where it's like I felt, even though they were kind of doing it in a, like I said, a satire type of a way, there were those moments that really made you feel something somewhere in here.
And I
in
like
this
a
region.
story that's timeless because this does fit no matter what time period you're
Yeah.
going through. As long as
Unfortunately.
that's there. Right. No, unfortunately. But as long as this topic is there, this still is relevant.
Yep. Right. So that's an average rating of 4.5 for Homecoming. Sorry, not 4.5. 5 for Homecoming. Right. So the mandatory segment that we have every week.
Could have been
Buzz
a
has
5,
been.
so we all said 5.
Yeah, I said that. I said 4.5, and I was like, no, sorry, 5.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
time
looked
to move
down at
on
the
to
comment
the
and I
mandatory segment that has become weird questions and bad grammar from the internet, where Buzz has
the
scoured through
humanity.
the interwebs to find me some of the weirdest things that people be asking.
I failed my mission of making them.
Yeah,
into
just
a
to warn
theme
you, they're not in the
because
team, so they're just going to be weird messages.
Next Tuesday they will be because they'll have a couple of days to
Yeah,
research.
because that's how homework
better.
goes, Buzz. Is yeah, cool. Hand it in 5 days
Yeah.
after I fucking said hand it
Well,
in.
some people it's a project. A project's normally
Like
More
any
than
of us
one
are
day.
used to having homework, all right? Like,
Really?
it's been a while. Yeah.
We have to watch films for the GoreCast, and sometimes
Homework.
they are not very good.
I
You
don't
have to
really
shoot
feel like
things
that's
for the green
homework.
screen
sometimes.
and things like that.
No.
Homework.
I don't really feel like the movies are homework.
I literally
Like,
did an
I'm gonna
online
watch-
how to shoot on green screen tutorial with you. Fucking
Okay, that was fucking homework. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that was some fucking geometry that I was like, I don't get it.
yeah, I know. People
But
don't get
I
the
finally
math.
fucking got it.
This is why I like math so much. We can work out the lighting with basic
But-
principles of math.
As far as like we gotta watch shit, I watch a lot of shit in my free time. So like,
Anyway,
now I get to say I watched it with somebody else.
anyway,
It's
Katie,
not the
Katie will be happy because this first question is kind of supernatural themed. My unicorn said he hated me. My unicorn said he hated me. He's been very rebellious lately. How do I handle this without damaging our relationship? There isn't even a best answer to this. It's just a statement out in the internet.
Like everybody's like, I'm not touching that.
I suppose you smack that ass, jump on his back, and tell him who's boss. Like at the end of the day, he's still a horse with a spike in his head, so you just got to break him in. That's some GoreCast solid cowboy advice. Right? Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah.
That's some GoreCast solid cowboy advice right there.
One of these days, I'm going to take that hat back. Vegeta needs his Stetson.
And that mop-related incident is why I normally wear a hat. Right. So, rebellious unicorn. What is a person from London called? Oh, Jesus Christ. Asshole. There you go. Moving on. No, that's a joke. My neighbor is from London and he's called Rob. That's a great answer.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a great answer. I'd upvote that if this wasn't a still shot. How can I find out if my brother's cheating on me?
What?
That's literally the best answer. Well, you could just wait. What? I suppose, and here I'm just postulating here. I suppose you would go about the same normal routes you would go if it was your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or fiance cheating on you. Just hopefully the private detective, when he realizes the kinship between the two of you, has a stern talking to you when he gets this whole issue resolved. Yeah, he is cheating on you, Elizabeth, and I'm going to tell you something. You should probably let him keep cheating on you, because currently what he's got going on is a much healthier relationship. And I won't lie to you, it's not even a healthy relationship, but it's better than what you two got going on. So, moving on. Here we go. Can babies see ghosts?
Yes.
My son
I
is
truly
6.
believe so.
My son is 6 weeks old, and he will
Fucking
always
took the heart out of me, you little bastard.
What?
I was
She's
looking at
reading
stuff
quiet.
and a moth came flying in front of me.
Oh.
My son is
Gibbs
the
was
6. People's screens are going to start disappearing off of the fucking live feed now.
I just thought it was funny that Gibbs was about to get taken out by a moth.
Yes, well,
Sorry.
yeah.
Just do that quieter.
The more little things I see, the more less confident I am about Giz's survivability during the zombie apocalypse. Initially, I was like, he's going to be with me. We'll fucking cover everything. Everyone get behind us. It'll be fine. And the more things that happen, I'm going to be like, he's going to use me like Operation Human Shield, and I'm going to get eaten within a fucking week.
And a butterfly's going to kill him.
I'll do a Dean Winchester where I go to slowly walk back, expecting Giz to be back to back with me as the zombies come in, and I just keep walking back. There's just no one there.
Hey, you didn't see the size of that butterfly, dude. I had to get the fuck out of there.
It's just Giz running around.
This week on the
Right in my hair.
Get that butterfly away from me!
In my
It
hair.
wasn't a butterfly, it was a moth.
It's the same.
Damn you eternal
Butterfly
winged
Jason's.
beast of doom!
I like Ikagi's one. We're going to survive the zombie apocalypse. Ah, fuck bees.
Right?
Well, bees can kill you.
bees can
Those
kill
things
you.
can't.
You get
Butterflies
fucking-
can't.
You got some zombie bees going on. That's a bad
Moths
idea.
can't unless you.
Have you seen Mothra, motherfucker?
That's a
Right.
very specific moth.
I'm sure if Mothra was in your bedroom, we would see it.
Yeah. Because
Dude, if
You wouldn't
Mothra-
be startled by it. Oh, well, how did that come out of
no,
nowhere?
because you'd be
If
like,
Mothra
I have
was
no roof on my house currently.
I was gonna say, right? Like
Yes.
That's how Mothra's
Mothra
in
would
my
have taken
bedroom
out the fucking bedroom.
with one leg, maybe. Anyway, can babies see ghosts? It took so long to get there. I
Yes.
feel like I should read the question again. My son is 6 weeks old, and he will always stare at something, or should I say, nothing. Really? What? Oh. Just dropped the line for no reason. Or should I say nothing, really? He will smile and coo at it, and you can see him follow it with his eyes. Is this possibly a ghost, and it can't hurt him, can it? Update. Like when I'm feeding him, he will stare at the ceiling or over my shoulder and do it. He definitely sees something. Is this a joke? I'm confused, Buzz. This seems like a very,
I don't
very
look into
well-worded question, which defeats the purpose of
I
both.
just find them on the internet, and I saw, does my baby see ghosts? And
I would
didn't even read it
assume
past that.
yes,
That was
because if
hilarious.
humans can see ghosts, so can babies. Actually, technically, if you want
Babies
to get
would be
down,
more
I wasn't
likely.
expecting to get so into this. If anything, babies are more likely to see the ghosts because
Yeah.
they don't have all of the precognitions that people
Yeah.
build up as they're getting older that make them kind of automatically,
Discount them.
well, not so much discount, but validate them as another more reality-based
Yeah. Yeah.
thing. There
Yeah.
you go. That wasn't
Agree
even funny. That
wholeheartedly.
was just
Yeah.
some solid ghost facts there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're back. Okay. Is it okay to promise my firstborn to the devil? No. Well, I mean, how attached to him are you?
You don't know.
Why
yet,
is
it's
this
not
so
born.
fucking small?
Some of them I had to kind of
Give me
like.
one moment, viewers, while I kiss my fucking computer screen.
Okay,
Is it
so
okay-
I'm kind of curious about Bear Bunny. Babies can see cannot see ghosts, but ghosts can see them. I can prove it.
That worries me.
Right.
I'm probably. It's not that I don't want to get into the question that you're doing right now, Bunny, but it's one of three things. A, this isn't the most flattering angle for me to be ever at a camera. B, I'm kind of worried I probably will go blind trying to read this paragraph.
You want me to read it? Because I can see it.
No, it's fine. It's just, I don't know why no, it's fine. I can read it. It's just, it's unmercifully small on the screen. I have some what was it? Is it okay to promise my firstborn to the devil? I have some exams. I'll tell you something by your first sentence of grammar here, love. You're probably not going to pass this exam. I have some exams 1 week, and as it seems I won't make it this time, I don't want to fail them. So I wanted to know if there are some inconvenience. Is that right? Yeah. If there are some inconvenience besides the obvious one to promise my firstborn to the devil. It would also be nice to know what happens if I die before being able to reproduce. Does the devil get my soul instead, or is it the risk of or is this the risk on the devil? Thanks.
I'd say the devil is just going to come along and fuck you to ensure the deal works out. Also, she might have meant to say incantations.
She might have, but
that's too big of a word.
No, if you listen to the if you read what's in the brackets.
I can see it. It says inconvenience.
I feel like this individual is going to have to give up more than the firstborn to pass this fucking exam.
No, she's if it's English, she's failed. That's impossible.
Also, right.
Right. Yeah. Oh, big writing again. Okay. What percentage of water is celery? Okay. Oh.
Okay.
It's like people don't understand that if you if you put things the wrong way around, it changes the entire intention of the sentence.
Thank you.
Yeah, celery has virtually no nutrition in it. I think you'll find that that's factually inaccurate as well. It's basically all water. So what percentage of water is it?
I mean, oh wow.
I can tell you that it's probably like 80% water in celery. I don't know what the celery to water ratio is, though. I haven't got a celery taste. The closest thing I've had to celery water is having cucumber water, and that's a completely different ball game.
I can't take that plunge. I've never tried that.
I suppose the only way to figure it out, lady, or person, should I say, would be to milk your celery and just see how much comes out and see what percentage of the celery is left after you milk it, and then that would be your water to celery ratio. There you go. Moving on. If I install Windows 32-bit twice, then will it be a 64-bit? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm so computer illiterate, it's not even funny. And even I'm like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yep. I think we blew Johnny's brain.
Yeah, no, it's just...
That's all, folks.
I've heard that it's 4-bit is much faster. Fuck you, internet. Not even. Moving on. Not even going to dictate that with a response. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, whoever you are. Sorry, I normally try to be somewhat tactful or diplomatic with these, but no, you're a straight up fucking idiot, mate. Honestly, I'm so angry right now, possibly because I'm sleep deprived, but I'm so angry at that statement right now. I hope to fuck you install 232-bit fucking OSs on your computer. Let me know how that works out for you.
Ikagi's like, this just hurt my brain.
Didn't it? Didn't it? I'm actually less appalled by the baby who wants to sell her fucking very, very illiterate demon spawn to Satan. Because I'm assuming, judging by the message she wrote, that kid ain't going to be good at the English either. Yeah, it actually hurt me. I'm a computer guy as well. It genuinely hurt me to my core, that question. That was one of those, in all of the world of Google, how can you not figure this out?
See, I feel like I could be this guy, but I'm just lucky enough to be able to ask you off of the internet, so I don't have to post
If you asked me that question, as in that literal question, I would probably never talk to you again. And that's the honest to God truth, because I don't talk to fucking idiots, and that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my... Oh, that's like going, if I grab one small baby and a really big baby and stick them together, do I get a slightly bigger baby? No, you have two babies. That's the way it fucking works.
I think that depends on who's asking that question. Because I can think of a few mad scientists that probably could, you know.
Shut your noise hole. I don't care. I don't care. That 64-bit thing really broke me. I'm not cool with that. Not cool with that at all.
Like I said, dude, I'm computer illiterate. And even I've been like, I don't know, bro.
Chocolate finger?
Go ahead, find out. Go ahead.
Chocolate fingers. I know that's probably not what Bunny meant, but I now just have chocolate fingers in my head. They're delicious.
No. Chocolate ET fingers, so they're like long and skinny.
And covered in poop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't you grudge me down the mic.
Ikagi's like, it's like if I came to a fucking soup store and we're searching for clothes.
Yeah. What size do you have this in? I have it in tomato and lentil. I don't know what the fuck you're hoping to achieve here. Yeah, I'm actually upset. That genuinely cut me to my core. I don't know why. Anyway, that's it from us for this week, or for the show tonight. If you are new to the channel and you haven't been here before, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below, as we are trying to grow the channel to the magical number of 1,000. Also, if you are on the road and you want to just listen to this again, or you didn't get a chance to catch the video vlog, don't forget we're over on Spotify, where the episode will be loaded up tomorrow, where we're all official and people let us do things, and it's like they actually respect us as a podcast over there, not just pointing fingers at anybody in general, you know, who I'm looking at you, YouTube. Yeah, other than that, I'm going to be back tomorrow doing a bit of gaming as per usual. Gizzle will be back Saturday doing a bit of gaming. I may not be. I am not 100% sure yet. And then it's the weekend, so it's just loads of murder, mayhem and everything. General, just gaming antics. Other than that, we'll catch you all during the week. Don't forget to check us out in American Horrors this Sunday, where you might be able to catch a little bit of this. See you later. Bye.
Lucy, I'm home. What the fuck is going on? Hey, Johnny. Oh, hey, Johnny, man. I was just getting some editing done. I know you were editing, you idiot. I mean, where the fuck did all the extra knees come from? That is a valid question, but if you think about it on a larger scale, where did any of us come from? Forget it. Giz! Giz isn't there, just me. Listen, Danny DeVito, I don't know why you're here, and I don't know where Giz is gone. But what Giz made a phone to you because he said he had to go for a couple of days, and then he kind of just fucked off. Where did he go? Don't have a clue.
Hi! How you doing? Enjoying it?
Right, but if Giz made you, what's going on with the other Johnnies in the other room? Well, you see, the whole cloning thing got me thinking, because I'm not really into the whole editing and the shooting and production and stuff like that. I'm more of an idea guy. So I was like, if we can clone one of you, why can't we clone a load of you? That's why I made the League of the 6 Johnnies, to like even out the work along amongst everyone. The League of 6 Johnnies? Oh! Hey, Johnny! They don't see. Yeah, that's been the problem. I haven't really been able to work out the equation 100% properly yet, so they've been kind of coming out a little bit wonky, if you know what I mean. You know, this does give me a good idea for an episode. Join myself and other Johnny this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to is GMTs, only on American Horrors. We're going to be talking all about some evil clone shenanigans. Only on American Horrors.